show who you are. Good riddance. Is you kidding? Bid the forbidden. As it was written, you overbidding. With the heathens, karma is a bitch, so how you living? Pray for my enemies, unforgiving. Cast the pearls on hog, moms and chitlin'. If it's too hot, get your ass out the kitchen. Finger licking good, good looking. Stewing in the stew, I'm cooking. You psyched out, paranoid and shookin'. Shook the table, babes, I'm booking. Get prepared for this ass whooping. Listen to the words being spoken. You were talking, I'm awake and woken. While I'm spitting this, got your spit, got choking. Era of a glimpse in my world, I shut open. Parallel in my mind, I'm chosen. Reverse the time, heart frozen. Antarctica, cold as ice. Casting lots, rolling dice. Mean as nails, I'm nothing nice. They persecuted me like they rejected Christ. And show who you are. Good riddance. Is you kidding? Bid the forbidden. As it was written, with the heathens. Casting pearls on hog, moms and chitlins. Sloth, love, gluttony, pride, wrath, and envy. On my neck, literally. 7 deadly sins constantly. So now I gotta take this shit personally. I have no respect of personality. If you ain't with me, then you against me. Mother Nature, but I got allergies, allergic to bullshit. My pedigree to some degree. But I open vision is 4D, portrait focus panoramic. Okay, I've been trying to stop that for a minute. I'm like, why it won't stop? Okay. All right. We got a guest tonight. He's about to uncover some truths here and let us know what the deal really is. We got Mr. Brown on our live tonight, about to clear up some myths about the manosphere, red pill, blue pill, incel environment. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Brown.
Greetings. Thank you for having me. I do appreciate it. So about me, I'm originally from Atlanta, and I live in the Nashville area, and I'm passionate about the mental health field and also the Manosphere. This is part of my purpose. I will say that. So I love life. I love music. Speaking of music, I just saw a Common show, and he ripped the house down. Let me tell you that.
Common?
Yep,
You a Common fan?
I am.
Mm,
I am.
that's what's up. What is it about the manosphere? Because I am so confused about it.
Understood.
Uh, I don't understand the dynamics of it. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's a such thing. First, give us the definition of the manosphere. Let us go. I want to start there, but then I want to see, how did you become part of this manosphere? What was your
Understood.
journey?
Gotcha. All right. So I became part of the Manosphere uh, by, let's say, just being on YouTube. And I first came across, who was it that I first came across? It was Ron Wills. Ron, they call him Uncle Ron.
Hmm.
He is the guy who came up with the term select and non-select.
Hmm.
Um, and he was he was a guy who is like your uncle that you know in the family that is just cool, and he's willing to give you game, just about anything. It's not just with females. I
Hmm.
just found it interesting, and then from there I just began to listen to more and more.
Hmm.
um, then I came across AMS, Alpha Male Strategies, and I just like the energy from men speaking their minds, speaking their truths, um, and my interest grew from there. And yeah, um, yeah, I will, like most men, there is what we call blue pill shouting,
Mm,
which I get into later. But yeah, so Uncle Ron was my introduction to Manosphere.
mm,
And so, and then you asked about the definition. So, and that's I'm glad that you started off with that, because if you Google and you look at Wikipedia,
mm,
you will see that it's a collection of blogs, websites, YouTube, podcasts, which that's truth to it. But then when you read further, you will begin to see that it basically they label the manosphere with misogynist,
mhm,
incels,
mhm,
and things like that. So, and that's what I want to clear up too. It- When you look up, a lot of times, this is what a lot of people don't understand. When you look up something in the dictionary, it depends on who got to it first
mhm,
to define it.
mhm,
So if anyone knows who's a part of the manosphere, and they
mhm,
will go on Wikipedia, you would know that it came from someone who is in opposition of the manosphere,
mhm.
because they don't put things in proper context. But
Okay, let me share what Wikipedia says, and then I'm gonna share your definition of it uh, via your source, I guess, or how you wanted to define it.
yes,
Okay, so this is just Wikipedia, and it says the Manosphere is a heterogeneous collection of websites, blogs, and online forums promoting masculinity, misogyny, and opposition to feminism. Can I just interject before you go on?
yes.
Because sometimes these words are interconnected, and it gives a demonizing connotation when you insert masculinity within misogyny, because masculinity is not equal to misogyny.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's where it's misleading, because we're living in this liberal world where they say masculinity is misogynist. But then you have women who want men to protect and provide. What is that about? How you gonna?
Well, okay. So I'm gonna tell you what that's about. It's basically who get to Wikipedia first, who gets to the dictionaries first, because they want to define, just like you. I'm glad you said that. They want to basically label masculinity as misogyny, which is not. So for those and here's the thing with the manosphere,
Mhm,
they don't, I'm not going to say don't have any, but there's not many people who would go to the Wikipedias and basically gather this information as what it is, which is a body of work. And
mhm,
that's why I'm lending my expertise into the mix, because I don't want this body of work
mhm,
and all this work that these men have been doing over the years to
mhm,
go by the wayside. So with that said, let me give you the definition of someone who's inside the manosphere. It's basically a body of work created by men,
mhm,
um, who over time had aimed with the goal of the aim. Excuse me. The aim and the goal is for men to be able to have a space in which they can compare notes
mhm,
and build on strategies of what they see in the world. And that's whether it's relationships, whether it's work, whether it's self improvement. It
mhm.
just depends on what they need, and that's the beauty of it. It depends on what you need. There's anywhere from Manosphere Highlights Daily, which is basically a production of situation that happens, and speaking on from a male's perspective in general.
Mhm.
There's Alpha Male Strategies, who give you more in depth knowledge about just women, manhood, things like that. Um, just make a long story short. With one of the things that caught my attention with AMS, he was saying that the reason why he came into the manosphere is he would see at that time it was pickup artists, and they were saying, well, all you need is confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that confidence has to come from somewhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to come out the sky. You
Mm-hmm.
need to do the self improvement, whether
Mm-hmm.
that's finances, get yourself in shape, things like that. Um, so that yeah. So you got that. Then you have uh, there's a guy on YouTube. I forgot his name, but his podcast is called The Handsome Man's Games. Um, so it's guys who are physically attractive and their approach to what they see.
Mm-hmm.
So the incel that when I bring up, hey, what you think about the manosphere? What they will say is, oh well, they're whiners, complainers, incels, and I'm gonna tell you what that is what they're describing when they describe those things.
Mm-hmm.
That is those are the black pill mindset men.
Black pill. That's new to me.
Understood. So
I'm sorry. Let me just interject real quick because I just want to keep up with you because you brought up incel. And so this is Wikipedia. I don't want Wikipedia. We're not gonna do Wikipedia. We're gonna do the Merriam Dictionary meaning. Okay.
mhm,
So an incel, which is a noun, a person, usually a man, who regards himself or herself as being involuntarily celibate and typically expresses extreme resentment and hostility towards those who are sexually active. Just give me a minute, brother, for a second. These I've reiterated this 1,001 times how there is a 80% of men that's outside of the 20% that because the 20% has the numbers of one to every seven female because the 20% is perceived as the alpha male. But to me, but really the 20% is those fuck boys, they're beta, they're not alpha males. And see, women idea alpha males is if he got swag and how he look and all this, but they never go after the intelligence of a working man, a man that's out there doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So an incel is most likely the man that the 80% of men that women don't go for. These are the nerds, are the people, the men with the middle wage income or above that y'all missing out on. Cause y'all going after the swag, the gangsters, and all that other stuff. I'm sorry.
got you. So let me speak on that. So what you're referring to is what we call the 80-20 rule, which
Mm-hmm.
is basically the the okay. So the 20% are the these are definitions now. The
Mm-hmm.
Chads, the Tyrones, the jawline niggas, the attractive guys, what women deem attractive or handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the 80%, I'm not going to say that those 80% are incels,
Mm-hmm.
but I will say that they may not be as high on the totem pole as far as
Mm-hmm.
social hierarchy in terms of dating,
Mm-hmm.
um, the sexual dating market.
Mm-hmm.
But with the incels and the black pill, these are the guys who are they find dating hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like because they in their mind they're unattractive, so
Mm-hmm.
why even work hard to self improve
Mm-hmm.
when women are just going to quote unquote shit on them anyway. So they, to be honest, I rarely talk about the black pill because as far as the black
Now,
pill is concerned,
I
They
got a
are
question though, because you got red pill, blue pill. What is a black pill? I never heard of
well,
that one. Is that
well,
alpha,
I'm,
beta, mega,
no, no,
sigma,
no, no. I'm
whatever?
speaking on it. I'm speaking on it right now. I
Mm,
will definitely get into the pills,
mm,
but I was speaking on black pill is because the perception is when people think of the manosphere
mm,
negative in a negative light, they're thinking about two things:
mm.
men who are black pill and men who are in red pill rage. Okay,
I don't know the difference.
all right. So black pill. I'll try to keep it simple. Black pill mindset are the complainers,
Mm,
the hopeless mindset,
mm.
the guys that don't want to improve themselves, and the guys who will shoot up, do mass shooters. Okay.
Can I interject on that one or no?
All right.
So you're basically saying that they don't want to improve themselves. Because I've seen some people, right? They take pictures like men. They'll take a picture with a booger in their nose, crust on the side of their lip, um, uh, crust in their face, or it just be looking like dusty.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying these are the dusties
Um. Well, that if you was to under your description of Dusty's, yes, what you just described,
with
yes,
poor hygiene and
right,
uh
right.
cause I've seen, man, I'm eh, I don't deal with dudes that when they hygiene is bad and they could say they got a good job or something like that.
Hmm.
And but the hygiene, like, what's going on? Like, you not working out. I need to work out too, by the way. But I'm not talking about me. But I still got my curves, so hello. Anyway, but I'm saying the working out and that should be for yourself, though. Don't you think?
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
you care for it's self care, right?
yes, yes. That's extremely important, and that's my whole point. When people outside of the manosphere, specifically women,
Mm,
they see these guys, and what they're seeing are guys who have the black pill mindset. All right, and they lump those guys in with the whole manosphere,
mhm.
and that's a huge problem.
Mm. But okay, can you explain the red pill and the blue pill, please? Because
Yeah.
I'm very confused about that.
All right. So red pill. So all of these are mindsets and also basically archetypes, of behavior. All right.
Mm,
So the red pill, in a nutshell, is men who accept female nature for what it is,
mhm,
don't put women on a pedestal until they earn it. They want to self improve. They
mhm,
want to be the leaders. They want to have structure, a program, and a vision.
mhm,
That's the red pill
mhm,
in a nutshell. So blue pill is how most men, some men may disagree with me, but I would say most men grew up with happy wife, happy life.
mhm,
Do everything that you can do to make a woman happy.
mhm,
You're not worried about gender roles. Oh yes, I missed for as far as the red pill.
mhm,
The red pill uh, tend to care about gender roles. I will say that. But yes, with the blue pill,
mhm,
is about partnership. The woman can lead, man
mhm,
can lead. Whomever it leads, that's fine. So in a nutshell, that is a blue pill mindset. All
mhm.
right,
Okay, I got a question about the red pill.
all right.
How? Because you said that the woman has to prove herself or something like that. You said that
Before
she got to
before
prove herself for the benefits or
no,
something.
no. What I said was, um, we red pill guys won't put a woman on a pedestal
Until she proves herself.
until she earns it.
Until
Yes.
she earns it. Okay, I'm sorry. I used the wrong word. Until she earns it. How do a woman earn being put on a pedestal?
Um. So that's by um. So now this it depends on the man, but in general, on the macro level, that woman needs to be able to listen, be
Mhm.
able to. A lot of men, we like women who have a feminine voice. We like women who understands us. Um, Women who, um, if we have a program, which most men, especially red pill men, we need to have a program.
Mhm.
They will look at our program, and if they see that they can um, either benefit or they can handle the program, they then add to or cooperate with that program.
Do you consider yourself red pill?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you
I'm
say
on the, I'm
we, and I
the,
was just wondering if you was red pill.
Mhm.
Okay, what about her program?
um so here's the thing, women do have programs. When I did this work, I learned that women they do have programs.
Mm,
And if that and I also believe in consent. So
mm,
if that man consents to her program,
mm.
hey, that's fine. That's what two adults, they have the wherewithal and the autonomy to do.
Okay, so consent. That's two people coming together. Um, and so with the blue pill, you said they're more traditional.
No, no.
No,
I didn't say
okay.
that
Blue
they're
pill is not traditional. Okay, the red pill is more.
well. Traditional and non-traditional doesn't really have anything to do with blue pill or red pill. I want to
Oh,
make sure to say that.
okay.
So blue pill is mainly what most men grew up as,
Mm,
which is we do whatever we can to make the woman happy
mm.
out of the at the expense of our own, happiness, or what we want or need. That is the buying a woman flowers without, just trying to impress her. That is the it's doing all these things to quote unquote impress a woman. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. So you talking about those that do like Derek Jackson?
Oh, now he is one of the now that's a whole another level of see, he's an anomaly because he was a panderer, but he was living the life
Mhm.
of a Pookie.
A
You know,
Pookie. Okay, now you getting me. You got too many times. Okay, let me just keep up with the time. You got a red pill, right? And the
hmm
red pill feel like that they need effort from a woman to, are you the type that say, what do you bring to the table type of guy?
so I don't quote unquote say what do you bring to the table. So
Mm.
my program is built in for that question to be answered. Um,
Have you ever asked that question, by the way?
Say it again.
Have you ever asked that question? What do you bring?
I don't recall ever asked that question, but I do
Mm,
understand why the brothers asked that question. But me personally, no. So what this is what I will do.
mm.
I will give you um, an example of my program. But before I do, let me hold on. I want to give you a definition of what a program is, right? From the Manosphere perspective. Okay,
Okay, okay.
it
Now, can
is.
I share the definition of program from the dictionary too? While you do that?
You may.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, I'm listening.
All right. So from the Manosphere sense, it
Mm-hmm.
is structure, direction, instruction, and guidance that will likely lead to the success of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So a man a needs to be no, excuse me, a man's program needs to be developed long before a woman is in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
It is permanent. So
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what woman you have,
Mm-hmm.
Your program really needs to remain the same, you know,
Mm.
because this is you. This is what you know what that a woman can do to um to likely lead to the success of the relationship. So in other words, you will hear women say, well, he don't know what he want. He don't know what direction he going. You know, I don't even know where we being led, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's likely because that man doesn't have a program.
Mm-hmm.
And I know women, they get triggered by that word because they, I was on the call the other day, and I understand. I listened to them, and
Mm-hmm.
the feedback was it just sounds robotic. It sounds like it's a computer. Um, but I mean, I get that,
Right.
but it's essentially having a program. Essentially doing what a lot of women ask of us, which is know what you want.
Mm-hmm. Well, can I say something on that?
Yes.
Um, so typically me, like I just go with the flow of everything. However, when I was dating, I'm no longer dating anymore, but when I was dating, I had a program, you know what I'm saying? One of my models is have standards, but don't expect anything. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So as dating, getting to know people, I give people the benefit of doubt, and there are red flags. There's always going to be those,
mm-hmm,
right? And so, what I look for, you know, in a man is how he conduct his life, you
mm-hmm,
know. And like you said, there should be a program before you even start dating, right?
hmm. Yes.
So, the way he conduct his life solo, where he's going, is he paying his bills on time? Is he borrowing money, or things like that? Because finances is a big thing when it comes to being in with each other. You feel what I'm saying? Do
Mm-hmm.
we have a savings? Stuff like that. Is he working? And I'm sure that you want a woman that has an income coming in too, right? Something. She got to be doing something. She can't just be
Me,
doing nothing.
me personally,
Uh-huh.
yes. Now that's a whole nother thing, So here's the thing: with the manosphere, is all types of men and what they want. Some are more traditional. Some are non-traditional. Um, so me, I'm a modern man with traditional leanings.
Mm.
So to answer your question, yes, I want the woman to be able to contribute. Yes.
Okay. I just want to address this. Okay, so right now I'm just conducting the interview, and I'm letting this brother clear up some things about the manosphere, some myths, and debunk some myths, and let us know what it is. So once we get through this, I'll drop the link. If you're still watching, once we clear up everything, then I'll drop the link. Do you want me to drop the link right now, Mr. Brown, while you trying to get this out, or what?
I don't mind. It's up to you. I
No,
just
you're this is your platform, and it's your choice what you want to do, because you're the one that's bringing out this information.
all right. So I want to go ahead and get this out before we drop the link. That
Mhm.
way, there's no distractions.
Right. Okay, go for it.
All right. So, and you said that you were going to read
Oh
the
yeah,
definition of the
of the
program.
program, yes. And I think it basically go what you're saying, a brief, usually printed outline of the order to be followed, of the features to be presented, and the persons participating, you know, as in a public performance, the performance of a program, a performance broadcast or radio or television, a plan or a system under which action may be taken toward a goal. That makes more sense. That should have been number one. A sequence of coding. Hold up. It went up. Where did I go? Something happened wrong here. I was on a sequence of coding. Let me go back real quick. Here we go.
So you
And,
pretty much did. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
right. Right. So to work out a sequence of operation to be performed by mechanisms such as a computer, but that's not what I had at first. That is not
All
it.
right. So as far as the you have where I can barely see it because I remember when doing this research going through that the part where it has a plan that a plan that has basically set goals to get what set
Mhm,
a system to get to a long term goal. So pretty much that's the
mhm,
long and the short of it. The difference between
mhm,
that definition and the definition from the Manosphere's perspective is
mhm.
our program is basically um, geared towards the success of the relationship. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's nice. That's like team playerish kind of. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
if it's about the success of the relationship, then you're being a team player. But
Well, well, yes, yes, and but it gets a little misconstrued sometimes. But let me give you an example of one part of my personal program. This is my every man has a different program.
mhm,
So I need to make sure I say that before I communicate to you what my part of my program is. All right. So me personally, and before I even say that, sometimes it may take years for a man to have their program. I want to make sure I say that.
how old were you when you decided to get on your program?
This was 10 years ago.
How
This
old
is
are you
10 years
now?
ago. I am 42. I'm
So when
42.
you're like 32 years old.
Correct. Correct. Um,
Before you go any further, are you currently in a relationship
I'm polyamorous, so I have basically three ladies.
that know about each other?
Yes. Kitchen
They
table.
know they know about each other.
Yes.
So are you married to any of them?
No, not in terms of government. No.
Are y'all friends with benefits?
We are in serious relationships.
So do they cross paths? Are they cool with each other? How does that work?
They all are aware of each other.
Mhm,
And as far as are they cool with each other,
mhm.
I yes, I have some influence, but I want them to eventually get cool with each other. I'm not going to say that they are hunky dory, but some are. I'm not going to go into their dynamics, but they're working on it.
Do you have children by any of these women?
As far as biological children, no, I do not.
Biological. How long are these relationships? Each
The
relationship.
longest is 4 years. It'll be 5 years in January.
Hmm. Another one. The other. You
The
said
other,
four. You said
so
four of them.
so
Is it four?
um, three
Three.
is
Okay.
yes three. 1 2 years, and one it will be 1 year this month actually.
Do you have children?
I have godchildren. Yes.
Okay. 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 So you polyamorous. You have three relationships. Okay. And so, I mean, the relationships are serious. Do you guys live together?
No, we do not live together.
Mm.
I live alone in terms of household. Um, but I
Do you,
really want to get into my personal program. You know.
okay. I'm sorry. I just got one last question. Have you ever been? I got two last questions. Have you ever been married? And do you want to be married? And those are my
Yes,
last
I,
questions.
I, I have been married.
Mhm,
And as far as marriage, I will consider it. As far as um, want to, so that's a whole nother story, because of the things that we see in the manosphere,
mhm,
that a lot of men have grievances on
mhm,
when it comes to marriage,
mhm,
when it comes to paternity fraud, when it comes to fake accusations of rape, but I'm not, um, so there are concerns that we see in the manosphere, but as far as my personal, um, as far as I would rather quote unquote get married outside of government paper. But that's again, that's my personal thing. I don't really want to get into that.
I just want to ask one question. I know you don't want to get into it, but would you prefer to marry multiple people at one time?
Now, if it was legal, yes, that would be dope.
Mm. But I'm saying, like, since you don't want to do it through the government and you want to do it like a ceremonial thing, then would you do it? That's why you want to do it like that, or
That
what?
that is correct. That is
Mhm.
correct. There's a certain thing, certain element as well, but that I don't want to necessarily get into on this show,
Mhm.
because I am into BDSM.
Uh
Um,
oh. Now you starting some stuff. Now I
I
got
don't I
more
don't want to I don't
questions.
want to
I
start
got more
nothing. I don't want
questions.
to start. No,
No,
no, no.
you
I don't
said
want to.
it. You said it. So how you gonna say something and I can't ask a question about that?
Well, I'm not saying that you cannot ask a question about it. But the reason I brought it up is because basically my the way I do things is different than the average person, and that includes the way I what you just asked in terms of a multiple ceremony type of deal. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I got questions.
Go
I know
ahead.
you want. We gonna get into it. Shoot, you got time now in the game. When let me see what happened. But I got questions about this BDSM situation.
All right.
Are you the dom or the sub? First of
I'm the,
all,
I'm the Dom.
you're the dom. What? Okay, I don't want to get into too much detail. We're gonna have to talk over here.
I'm down. I'm down with that.
I
I'm
only
down with
want to
that.
ask some questions. I don't know if I want to do that though. Here, okay. Do you be tying them up and stuff?
I do all types of things.
Like
Yes.
with handcuffs and
Uh,
what you call them things? The little spiky things you roll on them and
I have many tools. Impact play is my favorite way to play and have a session.
what is
Um,
impact play, sir?
make a long story short, spanking. I like to give spankings.
Oh. I think that okay, see, this gonna turn into something else. So we gonna bring it back, but I just have to say this. That is okay. A little choke here and there is okay. A little hair pull is okay. Especially when it's my natural hair. I I, I like that type of thing. But
Understood.
I ain't into no being tied up, handcuffed, blindfold, none of that. Cool.
Indeed. As far as BDSM, one of the things I like about it is that um, you have to communicate. And if you was to say, just like you said, you if that was your hard limit, you don't like to be tied up. I have to respect that.
Hmm.
You know, but if you just say something like you are not into impact play, then you wouldn't be for me. Because that's my main kink, if you will. That's my main thing that I enjoy doing. You know, but that's just you ask, I answer.
Is that like some type of payback for you? Like you paying back the women that made you mad or something? Like is that like a type of revenge thing for you?
No, no, I've been into this lifestyle way before I was interested in this lifestyle way before I got married. Now, after my marriage was over, that's when I became full-fledged into the lifestyle.
Mm,
It's so to answer your question, no, it's not. It is so deep for me.
mm,
It's way beyond quote unquote revenge.
mm, mm. So do you do this with all three of your ladies?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So moving on to the manosphere, I wanted to read this definition that you have brought up. We just bringing it back. I'm sorry, y'all. I went off course when he said BDSM. Okay. Anyway, these numbers suggest that the widely quoted and unsubstantiated figure of 10% of non-paternal events is an overstatement. However, in studies that solely looked at couples who attained paternity testing because paternity was being disputed, there are higher levels, an incidence of 17% to 33%, and a median of 26.9%. Yeah, so the state median is 26.9% of paternity fraud, meaning it's like what, 73%, 73% that's not, or has, that hasn't been reported too. Because not every man want to take a DNA test. So I got a question for you. Do you think that men should take DNA tests as soon as the child is born, before the child is born? Do you think it should be mandatory DNA tests?
Definitely mandatory DNA tests. I'm hearing rumblings that here in Tennessee, where I live, they are considering making mandatory DNA tests. Um, they're thinking about bringing it into law, and I think that that will cut down on a lot of paternity fraud, guessing games, and things like that. But before we got into that, I wanted to give you an example of my program, and I think this will clear up that it will be a real time understanding of what a program is. Do you mind if I get into my personal program?
Go for it, please. Go for it.
All right. So again, this is my own. This is not nobody else's. So what I've learned about myself is that I'm a vocabulary person. Vocabulary is important to me. So I figured that one of the ways to that's going to be successful in my personal relationships is to replace the word okay or sure with yes sir, or duly noted or understood, but primarily yes sir. And so if a woman yes, a woman can, we first meet each other, she can ask questions, anything she wants to know in terms of, why at that point. But if she totally says, that's not for me, you younger than me, I only say that to my elders, or who you think you are, that's fine. That just means you're not for me. Does that make sense?
I'm
You
sorry. It
said,
makes 100% sense.
gotcha.
I mean,
So
you
that-
have your standard. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like I said earlier, have your standards, but expect nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna find the person that goes with your flow and that's matching your energy. And then you like, okay, I can tolerate this. You know what I'm saying?
Precisely. So I just want to make sure I say that to give an example of what a program looks like.
Mhm. I get that. I don't know about yes, sir, but I'll probably be like, yes, babe, yes, dear, whatever it's. But I feel like, because I'm a traditional woman, femininity is everything. You know what I'm saying, and it's power. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but women look at being docile and catering to your man as some type of submission, which submission is not a bad thing, because a man and a woman submits one to another, but the man submits in a different way than the woman submits. You know what I'm saying? It's
Correct.
nothing wrong with loving your man and catering to your man, because he gonna take care of you. He gonna do what needs to be done for you. So what's the problem? Even if he have to put, I don't know. It's not even an act, because people act accordingly to their environment. So he's gonna do what he needs to do for you. So why not do what you need to do for him? I don't
Hmm.
I don't get the push on that.
It's so here's the thing. I've had the luxury of seeing black women, or having black women um submit and tap into their femininity, And to be honest with you, it is a beautiful thing when I see it and they communicate with me that they enjoy it, and maybe they haven't done so in a while. Maybe it's because of their work, maybe it's because of their past relationships, whatever the reasons may be. But when they communicate and they demonstrate um, what I'm gonna call resting into their femininity,
Mhm.
it really is a freeing and unlocking thing. And another misconception is people think that because a woman is quote unquote submissive or cooperative, that means that they have no voice.
Mhm.
That can be furthest from the truth. Because
Mhm.
I can assure you, my ladies have a voice. They're going to communicate with me what they have an issue with. They do it in a respectful manner, um, but they are going to communicate, and you know um, they have a lot of when we talk about bringing things to the table. They
Mhm.
bring a lot to the table.
Mhm. But it's also what a person perceives as valuable. You ever heard that saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder? It's not always talking about outer beauty, it's talking about inner beauty and what is it worth to me or you. You know what I'm saying? I say there's a difference between having a self interest and being selfish. And everybody have a self interest.
Hmm.
Everybody wants something. We don't want to go around the world and not getting nothing for nothing. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
so we want to be comforted in certain ways. But
That's the truth.
my question to you is, being part of the manosphere and having three women, how do you comfort all them? Because the way I'm set up, the way I'm set up, I just don't understand. So how do you comfort all three of them? How do you spread out your time?
Now, I will say once I started this lifestyle back in 2014, next year would be the 10-year anniversary. That time has been the biggest issue because wow, I'm only one person, right? And not only am I one person, I have to make time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, I do make sacrifices as much as I can. I would say
Mm-hmm.
I do have more things in my program that I'm not necessarily going to get into, but um, to to give it context, I communicate with them on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
I spend time with them. Um, I um, I do what I can. I do what I can. Is I'm not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the feedback that I receive from my ladies, for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
they appreciate me and the things that I do for them.
Okay, do you help them care for their household, or is it just strictly about emotional connection and physical connection?
Um, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. It just depends
Mm-hmm.
on the need.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's mainly guidance,
Mm-hmm.
mainly um, spiritual, emotional, and physical connections.
Okay, what's your spiritual background? Do you identify with any type of spirituality or religion or nationality or however political party? Like, how does that go?
Well, I grew up Christian,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't identify as a Christian anymore, but
Mm-hmm.
I do definitely believe in a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
As far as my political connections, I'm extremely pro-black, as you may can tell.
I
With
see the
Black
flag.
men.
Are you what they call a Pan Africanist?
No, I'm mainly foundational Black American.
Foundation of Black
Um,
America.
now
Okay.
I used to be Pan African. I would say
Mm-hmm.
that. I have traveled to Ghana
Mhm.
Um, but I will say this as far as foundational Black Americans, for those who don't know what that term means, is basically um, an ethnic group that was formerly called African Americans.
Mhm.
And so, with that, our ethnic group, we are unique. We have unique needs, and we need to get our money. As far as reparations, all of
Uh,
the
I have a disconnect with that part because um I took economics and stuff like that, and then just like history and stuff, and I just have to give this out to my people. This just have to it hit me because um fiat money, the currency in the United States, which is called fiat. Y'all heard of that card, fiat, that fiat card? Fiat has no intrinsic value. Okay. And what I really want my people to understand that the value is in import, exports, and land. It's not in the dollar. And I understand the dollar right now is the currency, but you guys better be careful because it's not only in the dollar, but it's also in the people. Okay. Uh we have carpenters among us, we have electricians among us, we have welders among us, we have men, because I'm not finna weld. Okay. I'm not finna put a mask on and weld nothing, but I know how to organize stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So we have men that that have trades that can build a nation. And that's the importance, like building the nation, building our people, and keeping the lights on, keeping the the homes built and in code. So I just want to clear that up because sometimes, especially women that deal with men that know how to mow a lawn, that know how to fix some pipes, that know how to fix a roof, or that know how to you know put electricity in your house. These men are valuable men, and they might not even be working right now, but when you need that stuff done and they do that, then what? If they can do that, then what? You feel what I'm saying? Or am I right? Am I wrong?
I will say that definitely you're on the right track in terms of everyone needs to have their role.
Mhm.
Um, and and I believe that when it comes to the black community or the foundational black community, we all have our strengths, right?
Mhm.
So, and I believe that we need to play up to those strengths. Now, as far I hear what you're saying as far as the fiat currency, um, you know, and we can agree to disagree on certain things, but I guess my overall point is all of the injustices that we have experienced, historically, needs to be compensated, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I prefer my fort. Let me. I'll keep putting my camera on, but you can't see me. I prefer my 40 acres and a mule because of inflation. You know what I'm saying? Uh, white people right now. I'm not. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. The ones that's in control right now of everything. Uh, they I can't say what I want to say. They're printing money like when the pandemic happened, they just printing money, putting us more and more in debt. And we're in debt to China right now, if y'all didn't know, by a couple of trillion. If y'all didn't know. And China is in the bed with bricks. And like I said, anybody got a birth certificate, social security card, or whatever, is in trouble because that's your certificate. That's your bond. See, you guys gotta understand bonds. A dollar is a bond, but a dollar is supposed to be bonded by gold, and there's no more gold.
I'm not gonna argue there.
It ain't no. It's supposed to be bound by oil, but guess who contains the most oil? Bricks. It's supposed to be bond by diamonds, because in God we trust. Gold, oil, and diamonds. So that's why I'm sorry, but I had to put that out there, because if you don't have control of any resource, if you don't have control of no land, no water resource, it all that them paper dollars, that don't mean nothing unless you buying land with it. And even
Understood.
then, they gonna tax you. But anyway, go on, brother. Go back to
Understood.
your
So,
manosphere. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent.
so I want to make sure I get through the pills. So we went over red pill,
Mhm. Okay,
went
let
over
me bring
blue
up
pill.
the definition real quick too. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm just gonna bring it up.
Definition of what?
You want me to do definition of red pill or blue pill?
So here's the thing, you can, bring it up in, Google, but it's highly likely that they won't have the actual definitions from a manosphere person's perspective. I just
Okay,
want to
I'm
make sure
going
I say
to a
that.
men's group right now to get things. Okay, let's see. Okay, what is a red pill? Okay, go for it.
All
A
right,
red
so
pill is an internet incel made up of anti-feminists on Reddit. The head moderator of the group goes by oh no, this is a whole story. I'm not finna read this
you see
shit.
that? You see what I'm saying? That's totally false.
Hmm.
That was black pill what they described. Just what you just read,
Hmm.
that's black pill.
They say red pill is a not what? Oh shit, ain't good. Only one that bring it up is what is being red pill mean? What does red pill mean? Red pill refers to becoming enlightened to the truth about reality, especially a truth that is difficult to accept or exposes delusions. This
Now
is
that's
from
more
the dictionary. I'm
that's
sorry.
more.
Cause we gotta go matrix on this. Cause what happened? This is where the first idea of red pill and blue pill came up, right? Or no? Am I right or wrong? Wasn't
All right,
this the origin?
so that yeah, the concept, yes, that's where the concept came from. Yes. Um,
This is
you
from
know,
dictionary.com. Let's go to it. Okay. Can y'all see that? Can you see that?
let's see. I can barely see it, but I can see it. That's what you just read.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that basically is yes, the concept of red pill, blue pill. That it yes, originally it came from the Matrix. Who was written?
By a
Who
black woman.
was yes, yes.
Exactly.
Um, but again, I want to speak on a manosphere, specifically a black manosphere perspective on these definitions.
Yeah, it
Um,
says online red pill is especially used among anti-feminist and white supremacist group to refer to waking up to the truth that women in liberal politics are oppressing men and white people.
see again, I'm speaking on a black perspective.
Yeah.
And again, you, as far as these definitions, half the time they're written by people who are against the manosphere. All
But
right.
I feel like I think that they added to this definition, but you're waking up to the truth that women in liberal politics are oppressing men. They are, because um, liberal politics is promoting the division of the nuclear family, not nuclear family, but family amongst black folks. Especially, I want to ask you, what do you think about Black Lives Matter? Are you against that?
Um, I will answer that, but let me kind of stay focused on the you know so the all right. So these definitions, they do have truths, a smidget of truth to it. All right. So I will go on the definitions that I have, and then we'll go from there because we haven't even gotten to purple yet. Um, but they're right in that it's the truth of basically nature.
Mm.
Um, Female nature is basically specifically what we're talking about. Um, Self improvement, having structure, program, and visions. Um, Blue pill is in a matrix term, not aware. You're just going about your life. Happy wife, happy life. You're not worried about gender roles, things like that. Now, purple pill. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. There's too many damn pills now. Now we finna talk about the pharmaceutical companies. Okay, go ahead. Purple
These,
pill,
these,
black
these
pill.
these
It's a
definitions are
many damn
important.
pills.
These definitions are important.
Oh my god. Let me just go to blue pill. Golly, this is too many. How many pills is there?
Um, Four main pills that I can cover.
Four main pills, just four.
Oh my god, this your medication, y'all.
This is your medication.
Your medication.
What's
They
going
don't
on, Ratchet Craig?
this is the program.
Okay,
What's
I
going
can
on, Ratchet
go with
Craig?
this one.
Going on, brother? Mr.
What's up,
Brown.
man? Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It
It's
took
been
me
a minute.
I had to come on the show.
Oh, the blue pill is another drug, Viagra. I like that pill. Another
Yeah,
name for the drug, Viagra. A
yeah.
treatment for men who have problems getting or
Hold
keeping
on.
an erection.
Yeah, you took it out of content. I see you trying to respect this great teaching right now.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I
you
like that definition. Everybody take the blue pill, keep them erections up.
can I know how you? I'm gonna tell you how you did it. You did it with the theocracy shit, theocurrency shit, right? So
I don't know,
I
bro.
was disturbed by it. I was kind of disturbed by it. Like me, what you think me should be working for free?
Hell no.
Okay, you kind of said that.
I did
You
not
said,
say
you said,
that.
you
You
said, you,
got me F. Don't give me the banging on you,
no,
please.
no. And I explain why you said that. What do you want to go back to? Ain't this shit you want us to do electricity for a cow?
For who one now?
Cow.
Are you crazy?
She
No,
was talking
that's not.
about. She was talking about. We was talking
No,
about
it's called
reparations.
cooperative economics,
No,
barter
yeah,
system. You got somebody that know how to lay some bricks. You got somebody that know how to lay some foundation. You got somebody that know how to lay some pipe. You got somebody. That's my
every
good. You got
world
somebody
country.
that know how to put electricity, because I know how to do that, into a home. So you got these people that can build a nation. You know, people that's willing to go up deep diving up in the sea to find out how to build like some type of electromagnetic currency or something. I don't know. You got scientists amongst us. You got people with brain power among us. So I'm saying eventually,
I ain't
especially
saying
with bricks in place, to
every country, no matter if it's a first world country or a third world country, have theocracy. They print money. The pesos just ain't worth shit because they country ain't shit.
let me tell you something. When I
I,
took economics, you gotta back your money by a resource. You could back your money by gold, you could back your money by oil, you could back your money by diamonds. Shit, you can even back your money by copper. You
what
gotta
about
have a resource. You could back your money by water supply. You could back your money by the commodities, which is oranges, apples, rice, all
ain't
that
nobody
other stuff.
Ain't
That's how
nobody.
you back your currency.
No, hold on. Can I respond to that? The
Hmm.
world currency money right now is based off petrol. It's based off petrol gas, right?
We only lucky that
I'm talking
Canada,
about
we
the
still get our
world.
petrol from
I'm
Canada
talking
right
about the
now
world.
because the rest of the
I'm
places
talking
is
about the world.
Russia, Saudi Arabia, all them other places. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
the
yeah. But
United
I
States
said
keep
every
throwing their
country
money
that's
to uh
no, I said every country that's not bad by petrol right now. It's not based off gold. Gold died in like 1920s or something. Uh,
60s.
yeah, it died in 1920s. So we like 100 years removed from gold. I'm saying
No, I said 60s, brother. That shit
nah,
ended with Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon took all that money from Fort Knox.
hold on. Can I get to it so I can get back to brother?
Oh, because we talking about currency right now. Go
So,
on.
can I explain myself? I'm saying that
Oh, 70s, my bad.
that body be removed from those systems and they old system. Money is a philosophy that everybody abide by. The only people that do outside of oil right now are third world countries with their currency and they third world countries. There's enough said.
You-
There's enough said.
We finna be a third world country, sir.
Yeah, who?
We finna be a third world.
We
We
better be at that.
America is finna be a third world country.
If
All
Americans
right,
get out
y'all. Let me interject.
of
I only have about 30 minutes left.
yeah,
I do want to get back to the pills. I understand that the pills are, a lot, especially if you don't, know about the pills. You just hear red pill, blue pill, but all of these words mean something. Just like a lioness, we haven't even got to that. A lioness, which most men want. I want to make sure I put that out there. Most men in the manosphere, they want a lioness.
Mhm.
Um, then there's hyenas, chameleons, chaos agents, bracks, and pick me. All right. A lot of people know about the word pick me, which women created um, as far as to uh, isolate women who are lionesses, who basically align themselves with men, and they don't mind deferring to male leadership. Okay. Um, but I just want to go over purple pill real quick. So a purple pill is a red pill man who has decided to settle down in what looks like the regular traditional relationship, even marriage. But the difference is he still provides structure, and but he may want legacy and children or marriage. So that's purple pill.
Mm. Wait, say it again. He wants a relationship, children, and marriage.
Legacy, basically. That's
Legacy, children, and marriage. And a okay, so how will you classify a purple pill? Is
let
the
them
alpha, beta, omega, mega?
let
Huh?
them finish. Let them
so.
finish.
So to answer your question in terms of alpha, beta, none of these pills are
Mhm.
gonna speak on what you're saying, alpha, beta, things like that. You know, this is pretty much a mindset. You would think that a man who is a purple pill, is an alpha, but that's subjective.
Mhm.
Because alpha, in terms of the manosphere is concerned, and Ratchet Craig, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but alpha is basically determined by your respect among other men.
Mhm.
Fact, fact.
Um, but so yeah, so I mean, I know we started with black pill, but I want to make sure that I start with black pill, is because women say, or people talk about the manosphere, that incels, choir babies, mass shooters, they're talking about black pill individuals. Okay.
Mm.
Um, but and I do want to go into the female terms because these are extremely important.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
all right, so a
So we're gonna
lioness.
pick me. You said pick me.
Now, let me start with lioness. Lioness, which is what most men want, is a term in the term lioness is a term that a manosphere have used for women who do not mind deferring to male leadership. They listens. They can disagree without having a disagreeable disposition. They
Mm-hmm.
don't mind leaning into her femininity, and they do care about gender roles. All right,
Mm-hmm.
hyenas, which is a trigger word for many women, I understand, but hyenas they have a disagreeable disposition. They are
Mm-mm.
against male leadership. They lean into their masculine energy. They deliberately choose to inject chaos. They're argumentative without an actual purpose. They're misandrous or misandrous leaning. Chameleons, they
Okay,
tap.
sorry, I need your help. Do you have this like as a source that I could share?
No, what I'm giving you, what I'm giving you is
Big
basically the
shit.
menace. I'm speaking for the manosphere right now.
Mm.
I didn't know if you want to answer the question. Let him finish it out.
Okay, cause I'm trying to keep up. So you said the lioness, the hyenas, and what's the other one?
Okay, good.
Chameleons. I did put the definitions in the chat that we had. I did do that.
Oh, Facebook
Um,
chat.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
bring
okay.
up those
Let me go
sources.
there.
Do not bring it up. Do not bring up the source. Big. Let him talk about
All right. So chameleons.
Mm,
Chameleons, they tap into both. So we really don't know who we're dealing with. They present one way, yet has ulterior motives, often associated with conditional femininity and not of good faith. They could present on the surface as a lioness, but
mm.
however, they could really be hyenas underneath, possibly a succubus.
Oh, okay. A succubus. Which one is what you would consider? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. 'Cause I was gonna say siren.
Um, so here's the thing: these these terms you're not gonna really find in the dictionary. You're not gonna really find. You may find them deep in the Urban Dictionary,
Mm,
but all right. So again, a lot of these things have been reality tested
mm,
among men.
mm,
Um, I've communicated with men who range from doctors, lawyers, and that's something I didn't mention about the manosphere. You have lawyers that teach about the law. You got some doctors. You have people who are professionals, um, who basically give their expertise into this body of work. It's a building body of work. Um, so and when I for instance communicate the definitions, a man is going to know exactly what you're talking about
mm,
when you say, oh, oh man, I was dealing with a hyena. Even some women, they will know exactly what you're talking about. you know um Again, a lot of people don't like these words, but these words describe archetypes and behavior. The reason why these words and the vocabulary are important is so we can save time. We don't have time to be trying to figure out, what's going on when we can just say, you know what, oh, she injecting chaos deliberately, argumentative without a purpose. She don't listen. She seems like she's a misandrist. Boom, that's a hyena. All right. You know, Again, so and that's actually, and I know Brother Craig, he knows about the solutions because he was on the show. That's one of our solutions, which is hyenas are not part of the solution, no matter how well they present. You remember Brother Craig?
yeah, we remember. I'm sorry. I had to.
it. Mika,
Uh,
do you
he said, "Do you
hear me?
remember?"
I said, do you hear me, Mika?
Yes, sir. I took you out the stage for a second. I took me out the stage so he could talk, and then
No.
I put it back on. It was an accident because I was trying to do a solo layout.
hold on, Mika, you ain't gotta do all that. But brother, I agree with you with the hyenas. And you know why hyenas why people label them type of women hyenas? Because hyenas are they're the only species uh when it comes to the mammals, right? That's bigger than the male species. And they
That's
really
fact.
don't feel and they outcast there.
Yep, yep. The females are basically the alphas. They are the dominant one in their
And
species,
they
and the males are on
Yeah.
the
Grandpa.
lower tier.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Never.
Yeah,
but you know what, brother Craig? Though you know what, I have we have an issue in the manosphere. Is there be some a good looking attractive hyena, and then you got men who would simp for them or be simps, and then that gives the hyena a incentive to keep doing what they doing.
they bring the they bring the rest of the pack of hyenas in on it.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yep, yep. I get it.
I know some hyenas.
Yeah, you know some hyenas. That was see,
I know some
listen,
hyenas. Huh?
you know what we talking about, Mika, right now. You know what we
Huh?
talking
I can't hear you,
about.
Craig.
I like lioness. I think lioness is slept off.
I'm
She
not a
really,
lioness.
yeah,
I
she
don't wait a minute.
independent. She
Let me
independent.
like,
She in a relationship at the same time. She independent in a relationship at the same time, and she know how to work it. And then she know how to
Hmm.
lie. She know how to lick on her lion fur and comfort him. I like lioness. Yeah.
Right, right. Most men, that's what we want. And I also want to clear something else up.
mm-hmm,
A lot of people think that pygmies are lioness. No, that's what women will say about lioness. But they're not the same thing. So, you know, the the pick me term. So basically, what a pick me is,
mm-hmm.
it's a derogatory term towards women who they they feel like pander. They feel like whatever a man say, they're gonna go for. That's not the same as a lioness.
I
Okay.
agree. 100%. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I clear that up because I remember when the word pick me started coming out, and that was a time in which men started to allow women to come into the manosphere. And it started off cool at first, but then a lot of things, I blame the men on a lot of stuff that they allowed to go down when women started to enter this space, the manosphere space.
Hey, hey,
Um,
hey, hey, brother, Mr. Brown.
mhm.
That Mika got called to pick me the other day.
I was
Oh,
gonna go into that, but I want to let the brother finish, Craig.
yeah, yeah, she got called to pick me just because she was a heterosexual woman.
Oh wow.
I got caught a pick me because I was talking about, and I want to bring this up too, because I was talking about feminine and masculine energies, right?
Mhm.
And let me just bring it up. I said it before, but I just want to just quickly go through this real quick. Hold on. I'm just gonna quickly do it. So, you see these? Can you see my pointer, my finger? Oh
Let's
shit!
see.
Hold on. You see my finger on the pictures?
I see the yin and the yang. The yeah.
Okay, so you see the dark yeah. I can't remember which one it is, but you see the dark side, right?
Mhm.
That's the feminine energy. And then you see that little white circle in it, that's
Mhm.
masculine energy. And then on this side, that's the white one is masculine energy, and then there's a dark circle of feminine energy. Okay, so the white side is the divine masculine, and the dark side is the divine feminine, right? So basically in the time of trauma, you know what I'm saying? Then the divine feminine would take on masculinity, right? Like, say for instance, if she has to be the supporter and she'll take on the masculine energy. Now, with the masculine energy, say he had children and the mother possibly passed away or she's no longer in the picture, then that's when the divine masculine go into survivor mode and take on the nurturing energy. And this happens in because I grow marijuana plants. This happens in marijuana plants as well, in different plants. But I just want to
Hey,
bring that out.
hold on. Did you play? Cause
Huh?
my daughter, let me say it. I had my custody of my daughter since she was 2 years old.
Mhm.
She said I made her a boy with masculine energy. My nursery skills suck in feminine energy. I
Right.
just want you to know this suck.
Yeah, but you're in survivor mode. I can never be the divine masculine, and nor can you ever be the divine
I
feminine.
put a masculine energy in her.
Huh?
I'm a man. I put masculine energy in her because I'm a man.
Well, you can't have a woman without a man, and you can't have a man without a woman. So,
Body
men,
situation, I'm just saying when we talk about energy, I'm saying that I put a masculine energy in my daughter.
of
Mm.
course, of course, my father raised
It's
me, so I
good man.
understand.
Yeah,
But
it's good
let's
man.
get back to the Rubik because we was on the pick me's. Then now we on the Pookie and Ray Ray.
So why did you get called a pick me?
Oh, okay. So I was doing a show, right? Matter of fact, let me show you the video. Let me show you the video real quick.
Don't show the video. Do
I'm,
not show
I'm
the
not
video.
gonna show the video. I'm not gonna show the video. Okay, so let me give you a background. I was doing a show and I was talking about masculine and feminine energies, right?
Mhm.
And I said, so this lady named Priscilla Clark, she called herself the Queen Maker. She um she says that men are predatory or whatnot.
Oh, I know
And
you from them. Hmm.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know
Okay,
you from them.
so so then she did a video saying that if women want to be with men, they might as well have sex with dogs or horses or some crazy stuff.
She,
Oh.
I believe, based on what I've seen of her,
Mhm.
I believe that she's a chaos agent. But I
I
don't.
feel like she's definitely some type of industry plant or something. Okay,
Mhm.
so so I was debunking the thing or whatever, and the girl was like, uh, coming on the show saying the same thing I said, but she said something about masculinity don't have a gender. I wasn't even talking about gender at that time, but then I had to pull up the definitions to let her know masculinity is ascribed to a gender, which is male. Male masculinity. I mean, the etymology is in the word.
So she basically called you a pick me because you said that. I assume.
Right. And then femininity, female, the etymology is in that word. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, she has. It seems to me that she has a problem with men. But I don't watch enough of her stuff. But I've to make a definitive,
Mhm.
you know, analysis. But from what I have seen of her, it spells chaos agent.
Right. And then so one of her talking points is that because the testosterone, it causes men to be predatory. But what she don't understand is without the proper care, which women care for their children for majority, I mean the beginning of the beginning of their life stages, like from
Mhm.
ages 5, I mean 1 through 5, that's a critical stage of teaching your child. And then you have from that until 25. And I feel like uh majority of the time, because nine times out of 10, the woman's going to raise the boy at least into his teens. So, what influence do women have on men? That's the question. You know what I'm saying?
But with her, this is what I do know of her. She does not subscribe to gender roles at all. So it's me personally. I wouldn't take what she says too seriously. So if you don't mind, along this same lines, I want to read the definition of a chaos agent since it's what it
I
sounds
think
like.
that's what she is. Let me find it for you. Let me see. Is it at the top? Oh, here you go. Chaos. Let me make it real big right here. Let me see. Can you see that? I'm gonna put it at the top. Okay. Are you there? You want me to read it?
I can read it. I can
I'll
read
read
it.
it. A chaos
Got it?
agent, someone usually a woman but can be male, who comes into male dominant spaces, not in good faith for a genuine discussion. Chaos agents are usually spotted by deliberate trolling, dismissing what was said and replacing it with misandrous viewpoint, post provocative content, and apparent deliberately diverting attention when progress is being made via sabotage. Oh, that's a very broad definition. I know male and female chaos agents.
Yep. You know
Is
the
this
big the big key is they don't come in good faith. You know, my thing is, you know, we in these whole discussions in the macro space,
Mm-hmm.
you know, let's communicate, let's work through it. But
Mm-hmm.
if you come into the space and you don't want to work through it, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right. So, yeah, we got a lot of those. A lot.
Hmm.
That's male and female. Just come to tear some stuff down, and I'll be trying to figure out why do people do that. They some hurt people, huh?
Yes, and also I have my theories, and my theories, so specifically as relates to the manosphere space,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to be people don't like that men are starting to compare notes. It seems like they don't, at least from my observation, and Ratchet Craig, you tell me what you think, but it seems to be that when when men get together and discuss, like, man, you know what, you ain't supposed to be taking that, man. Do you know your worth, brother? You know
Right.
your worth. You don't need to be dealing with no hyena. Oh, that seems like a chameleon. It seems like they don't
being
want
hyena?
men to. So what
Get rid
now?
of
But yeah, it seems like they don't want that discussion to begin to have gain momentum. So they discredit. They say, well, these definitions are bullshit, made up definitions, which all definitions are made up in some way, shape, fashion. But I just want to make sure I point out, because I just remember, especially with my friend who's a doctor, he
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know he didn't even know he was high value, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is a emergency room doctor. You know, no homo, but the brother is in shape. You know, and he had a hyena,
Mm-hmm.
in his mix, and it wasn't until um you know
Let's go
I
back to
introduced
that definition. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and
I'm
until I
listening.
until I introduced him to Kevin Samuels. Was he like, he basically a light switch that, like, all right, man, shh, I don't have to take this. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it just seems,
feel that 100% because I'm a female and I'm okay with being a woman. I'm okay with not being physically strong because I don't be wanting to twisting boats and twisting all that bullshit. I don't want to do that. I want to be pretty. I want to have my nails. I want to cook clean. I want to do feminine things. I want to sew. I want to crochet. I want to do my makeup. I want to do my nails. I don't want to do all that extra stuff that men do. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't. I just want to make a house a home. I
That's
don't.
just making bridges. That's just
Mhm.
making it laying down roads.
No, I'll architect that shit. I'll do the math on it. I'll help you with that stuff. I
Yeah,
want you to
I
use
do the
hands.
math.
I
I
don't
like
want to use
I
my
do the
hands to do
math.
nothing. Nothing. I will use my hands to do something if I'm in a I will learn those things just in case I'm in a predicament where my husband can't get to me, then I'm gonna do what he needs to do. I'm gonna learn those things. But at the same time, if he can get to me, I'd rather wait for him to get to me than me to use my hands. Period. And I'm just a woman. I just don't want to do man things. I can do some man things, but who wants to do that? Who wants to do man things but men? And some of these women want to dress up like men, look like men. Girl, you ain't no man. Probably can't even do a pull up. Probably can't even do a push up. Girl,
That's
get the
real.
fuck up out of here.
That's real. That's real spit.
I'm just saying, like, no,
I do have a
no.
question for you. I do have a question for you.
Uh,
When she or if a woman calls you a pick me, how do you feel about that?
I'm a pick me because I got picked. So what? And I love my man. So I'm a pick me then. If you feel like I'm a pick me because I got a man, then I'm a pick me then because I got a man. And I respect men. I was raised by men. I'm surrounded by men. And all the men I'm around, Craig, you, everybody I'm around, they ain't no bad men. You get what I'm saying? So what was the problem? I just don't get it because every black man that I'm not gonna say every, most black men that I encounter have always been upstanding. They work, they do their due diligence, they take care of their children, and so I just don't believe this fatherless thing with black men. I don't believe that because black
Mhm.
men are very involved in their children's lives. I
So,
don't. So
so you,
I'm going by my experience. You feel what I'm saying?
so
And then I ask
understood. So,
questions.
are you okay with basically? So, what they do is they isolate you from the sisterhood. So, are you okay with that?
I'm not isolated from the sisterhood because my sisters that's doing their due diligence, they all feel me. So I'm surrounded by women that got their own home. I'm surrounded by women that got their own careers. I'm surrounded by women that got their own businesses. I'm surrounded by women that are beautiful, they're young, they're vibrant. You know what I'm saying? And they believe everything that I say. They go by what they and they love hearing me talk. They watching right now. They love hearing me talk. This is not. We all want that. No, none of the women that I know. We like to use our brain. We like to use our emotion and our brain for certain things. Every woman that I
Okay,
know is there for their man. There for their man,
and,
100%.
hold on, Mika. Mika, let me ask you a question right there. Now, do you think that all black men,
Huh?
all black people should be a universal race? All black people. It would be a universal race.
A universal race. I don't know.
But
You don't have to.
we all
I
get
don't know about
along.
no universal race. I
Hold
feel
on,
like this
hold on.
because I come from a
We all
family
get
that's
along.
mixed. Hold on, I come
We
from a
all get-
family that's mixed, and
I ain't talking
I
about
don't.
that. I ain't
Huh?
talking about. I ain't talking about mix. And I ain't trying to bring in the different things.
Okay, what do you mean by universal?
So we all think alike. Us as
No, the hand cannot do what the right hand can do, and the eyes cannot hear. The ears hear, and the eyes see, and the mouth talk. What are you talking about? We are a body. Nobody should be doing the same thing.
okay, when it comes to white people, you think that all black people should be universal. I know that, right?
No,
Um,
because I know some white folks that got my back more than some black folks got my back.
okay, you shy deal, right?
Huh?
You shy deal because they ain't got your back like that, right?
I'm a person about loyalty, dignity,
But
integrity.
you have a loyalty towards your race.
I want my race to do better. I want my race to stand up and do better, learn better, come
Uh,
to a better understanding with each other.
I,
And the
I brought
biggest
it up.
thing that comes between my race, our
Brought
race,
it
is the separation of black families. Now, do I
I
care
brought it
about interracial relationships? No. However, I do care about black relationships and reproduction of black people
I brought
because
it
we
up.
are a
I brought it.
minority.
Can I tell you why I brought it up? Well, I brought it up because the sisterhood is just like the blackologists, right?
No, it's not.
It is. It is. You ain't a part of the sisterhood because if
Good.
they put you at their sisterhood based on you had this disagreement because it's going that way.
None of my sisters disagree with me. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand what you're saying. And there's a lot of women that follow me.
I'm not talking about your personal friends. Cause none of my
I'm
personal
not
black.
talking about personal friends. I got 6,000 followers
No,
and 5,000 followers, and half is women and men. And black women, they follow me. They hit me up all the time. They tell me to ask questions.
let me finish so we can get back to Mr. Brown.
Mm,
I I said this for a reason. I said the sisterhood that we have, especially the black sisterhood, they are shaming you being a woman who say what you saying right now, and they going
no,
to
there's a difference between what I'm saying and a pick
no,
me.
no, no, just like we do. Can I finish? Or you go keep on interjecting?
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that these sisters are making this same argument, like people who don't like white people. They making this same argument on genders right now in the sisterhood. It's the same argument. I see it. And I ain't talking about
This
it.
is not a sisterhood because, like I said previously, if women don't get no pee in their life, they become hysterical. So that's not a sisterhood telling your girls not to get no pee in their life. They need that in their life, just like a man need his pee in his life. I'm talking
So
about
I think
vice
I think
versa. So it's like if you don't exchange those type of energies, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine energy, then you're going to be hysterical. You're going to have mental health issues. You're going to have problems.
What?
so
Yeah.
I will say this.
Go ahead.
So as far as the sisterhood, what she's describing is her micro or meso situation in terms of her circle. As far as her sisterhood, they they basically they're not hyenas. You know,
Mm-mm,
but what me and Craig are talking about as it relates to the macro situation of
mm,
those who would call you and the people, the women in your circle, they will call y'all pick me's.
mm.
You know, I guess what I'm asking, it basically sounds like you're okay with that because you're not studying them, right? You
Well,
know,
basically, what I'm saying is the percentage of women that would call me a pick me is very low. It's very low. The women that will call me a pick me, it ain't even the lesbians or the studs or the dykes. It's those that chose to be that way because they hate men, not because they just naturally attracted to women. So the ones that's naturally attracted to women and that fuck with women, even though they're lesbians or studs or dykes, they fucks with me. Okay.
okay.
But the ones that chose that lifestyle because they hate men or some man did that to them, then they will call me a pick me. And it's a very
Do
small
they got
percentage.
do they got to tell you your face you will pick me? for you to be a pygmy, or they could think that.
I'm not a pick me because
No, no,
that's
hold
the
on.
reason why me and the one that should remain nameless got into it
I'm not
because
finished.
the girl
I'm
that
not
he
finished.
decided to share,
I'm
she's a
not
pick me.
finished.
I'm not a
They
pick
call you a pygmy, these studs and everything, but when they give it to fellas, cause they try to be mean and shit, and they call you a
the
pygmy.
ones trying to be men.
Just
That's
because they'll
the
call you that in your face, that don't mean they still don't think you're a pygmy.
let me tell you. I have a cousin who's my baby. That's my love of my life. I love her to death. I took care of her. She is my love of my life, and she dresses like a man. But that she don't think I'm a pick me.
That's fine. That's your cousin. She was supposed to say harmful things to you.
I'm
But
not a pick me.
not to you like that.
Mr. Brown, where'd you go? He done left the whole show.
Right there. I'm fixing me some wine.
Okay,
Yeah,
why you put your camera on, sir? Put your camera back on, and Craig, you put your camera on too.
no, ain't nobody put no camera on. He took his camera on because he doing something. Stop trying to control it, Bobby.
Huh? Who?
Trying to tell us what to do.
All right, so I was
Why
saying
you
I
in
was
the
fixing
background?
me some wine.
Well, how did you see that? Yeah. Craig, put your camera on real quick.
I ain't put my camera on. We had this discussion
Put
earlier.
your goddamn camera on right now. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
do the
Don't let
show.
people
Look
banging
at
on
it.
you. Don't let people banging on you.
Quit trying to pick me.
I ain't picking you.
Yeah, you quit trying to pick me and me put my camera on. We had
My
this
husband
discussion
came in the house. My husband's home, and he want to know what's the meaning of the flag that you have behind you.
This is the Pan African flag that Marcus Garvey created when he was doing his thing.
Do you know about Pan Africanism? Do you know about Pan Africanism? No? Okay. Well, I can't really tell you because we're on a live right now. But Pan Africanism is when foundational Black Americans was planning on going back to America, right? I mean, back to Africa, right?
In a
Are
nutshell,
are uniting with the Africans,
yes, yes.
making an ally with Africans. I'm
Mhm.
still on that one.
Um,
So, Pan African is someone who makes an ally with Africans, correct or wrong?
yes, yes. The whole black diaspora.
Diaspora.
Yep, yep. But I do want to ask. So, what did I clear up misconceptions
Of
about?
course. I'm about to put the chat in the link. I mean, the link in the chat. I've been drinking. I was at the chat and the link. Shut up, Craig. Anyway, I'm gonna put the link in the chat so y'all can come on. Can you? Okay, let me see what this person said because we got some new comments since I've been running my mouth. Okay, can you? Let's just read this. Can you imagine the state of the universe if an electron choosing a reject neutrons? That is not going to happen because electron and neutron is positive and minus. Okay, never mind. Okay, move on.
Oh, see this dumbass shit.
If
They all
they
talk.
aren't using the correct reference, then it's irrelevant and it can be taken seriously. Oh no,
If they are using
that
what
show.
what you know.
If a nigga talk about electron, protons, and neutrons, and atoms and shit, them niggas they lost.
They got a link right there. I
They
put it in the
lost. They
chat.
lost in the
If anybody
song.
on
And we gonna
Facebook,
kick their ass out the. We gonna kick them out the show. They start talking about electrons and protons. We kicking them out.
no, that's my shit. Shit, I'm gonna get into it.
Nah, you can do that shit on another show, not on this show.
Okay, I want to do it tonight.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's go back over
When
some
you do your
definitions
pseudo
while
shit,
y'all.
you do your pseudo shit. We talk about red pill medicine.
Okay, you finna make me bang on you, cuz. Don't fuck with me right now. Talking
Nah,
about
nah,
that
you
it's
need to
pseudo
do your
shit.
pseudo shit.
I'm
Oh, yo,
finna go straight to cripping.
Yeah, this is my brother, Mr. Brown show. We
So
don't want to talk
don't fuck
about
with me because I'm finna
that.
start banging on you because now you coming at me sideways right now. You talking
Metro,
about pseudo shit. Cause I could break it down to you. But let's go back to the
So,
definitions.
so
Shit.
any
I want to
questions?
read all the definitions. Hold on. So let's talk about the chameleons. Can you give us that, please?
All
I'll
right,
let
so
you let me bring
so
it.
chameleons, they tap into both. We don't really know who we dealing with. They present one way, but they may have ulterior motives. Um, Often
Oh,
associated with conditional femininity and
mm,
not of good faith. Could present on the surface as a lioness,
mm,
however, could really be a hyena
mm.
underneath and possible succubus.
Let me ask you this question. Have you ever read The Law of Seduction by
Yes,
Alan Green?
yes. No, Robert Greene. Robert
Robert
Greene.
Green. Why do I keep saying Alan Green? I said that on 3 shows. Robert Green, you're right. Because he wrote the 48 Laws of Power as well.
Yes.
Okay. Why I keep saying Alan Green? Who the fuck is Alan Green?
hey,
Anyway,
let me get a picture of Robert Green right quick.
I think I identify with the siren a little bit.
Hold on, let me give a plug to Robert Green right quick. This is my favorite writer. He has laws of nature, and it's way better than 48 laws of power. If you want
Mm.
to look
Oh, I didn't get the laws of nature, but I did the law
The laws of human
it's not
nature.
even called the laws of seduction. What's it called? It's called the laws of seduction, right?
it's called the art of seduction.
The
It's an
art.
art.
You're
Right.
right. You're right. I got it on my
That
computer. The art of seduction. That's my ish. And then and so when I got the audio book, of course, because in these new technology days, people are lazy. Well, I
So
got the audio book, and
even if
so I'm the
you
siren.
no matter what your gender is, you need
Mm.
to look at the laws of nature. That's my favorite artist, writer.
Yeah, he is dope.
Oh,
He helped a lot of people, and since we talking about him, when I was working in the prison, they banned that book, 48 Laws of Power.
wow, that's crazy.
It
But
is
have
crazy.
you heard of the Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill?
Yes.
Oh, you read that too?
Mm-hmm.
What about Master Key Systems?
Who?
Master Key Systems.
No, I haven't read that.
Oh, oh.
I do. I don't have much longer to go, but I do want to open up for questions. If anybody have questions for me.
Yeah, I shared the link, and everybody can jump on
How
when they
long
get
you
ready to.
how long you gonna give us, brother, if your valuable time? Much longer you gonna give us? 10 minutes?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
I'll jump on here.
Let me share the link in the group or something. I don't know.
Y'all to say if y'all agree, jump on here.
I
They don't
still
matter.
want to go over definitions because we didn't cover the brat. Brat is a woman who gets off on bucking, large or
Hmm.
small, testing boundaries. They range from small manipulations to pranks. Some get off on the attention of being punished. What do you
Yes.
mean? What do you mean by bucking?
Like basically, all right. So think of a man's program, right? She
Mm,
knows what the program is,
mm,
but she want to buck, meaning um, test the
mm,
boundaries
mm,
of the program, or even maybe even downright disrespect the program,
mm,
because they want to see what you're going to do about it.
mm,
And they're trying to manipulate you so you can come back to them, right? And
Hmm. Hmm. They basically want to test and see if your if you're gonna what the consequences are gonna be for them knowingly
mm,
disrespecting your boundaries.
mm.
yeah, yeah. They like you choking them, beating them and shit. And,
I
and that,
I call it the caveman syndrome. I came up with my own theory, hypothesis. I feel it's called the caveman syndrome. You know, when the caveman comes with that what do you call the thing? That big ass thing he be having?
the club.
A club, right? And he clubbed the woman over her head and they drag her to the cave, and you don't know what really going on in that cave type of situation.
Nah, but
um,
that's a man abusing a woman. Women are bucking the system, so they basically abuse men at the time to get a certain type of response.
well, with the caveman syndrome, women like aggressive men.
I agree with that. I agree
Okay.
with you. When you
But
say
it gotta be the right man. You can't be a Pookie Road. I mean, you
you
can't be
Grail. You know
classic.
how you know how
Classic.
you know, hello, Mika. If you have a program, right?
Mhm,
Anybody, this could be the government. They have a program, and
mhm.
somebody say fucking the program. You know what the fuck they mean? They against it.
Okay,
Even
but
though
everybody ain't always with the same
a
program, and that's
caveman is
okay.
knock a bitch out. The caveman is the system just knocking a bitch out.
Hold on, I need to go. Wait a minute. See, y'all playing with me, especially you, Craig. Classic. Don't make me fuck you up, cuz. Classic, Craig.
What the hell I do? I just came in.
Yeah, you fucking up my program, cuz.
What?
You better talk to your boy Ratchet. Y'all got me banging on y'all tonight.
I just want to say it was a great show. I've learned a lot, and
Let classic Craig, because he brought this wonderful, beautiful conversation together. Let him talk.
I just,
I need to go over the Pookie and Ray Rays real quick. That's
Hold on, let classic talk.
then I'm
You
talking, but I'm gonna just show the Pookie and Ray Rays. Go on, classic.
acknowledge it right quick. Let him talk. Let him get through.
I just want to say this. I see y'all enjoying the conversation. I see Mr. Brown is bringing the information again. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I have to say this though, Mr. Brown, when it come down to the brats, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, because I encountered one of these demonic brats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, would you say they are a problem within the Manosphere? Because I've noticed sometimes with a couple of these brats, they try to how can I say it, infiltrate a lot of times. Would you
All
say
right.
they
So,
are a problem?
so here's the thing.
The fuck
I
just
would say, I'm gonna speak from a micro perspective first. So, from a micro perspective, I don't fuck with brats. You know I don't need no woman testing my program, testing my boundaries, just for me to punish her. Yes, I will. I don't mind giving consequences. I don't mind walking away. I don't mind leaving a relationship. But I don't need to have to do that just because you want attention, just because you want to test my gangster. I don't need that. But now on a macro level, I will say there are men out here who are black tamers, and they don't mind, basically keep putting the woman back in her place, keep doing that, knowing that's what she's doing. She keep testing. They have the energy for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So I would say it depends on the man in that regard.
right. That's totally understandable, man. And I see. The prophetess mouth off Mika is really enjoying herself, even though she want to attack me for some reason.
I'm attacking everybody right now, and I'm not attacking this brother because I had agreed with him 100%. So
Uh,
don't play me.
so you're attacking me, but not Mr. Brown.
I'm
Duly
attacking
noted.
you and Lake of Fire. You Lake of Fire. You guys, shout out to the Lake of Fire. Don't miss out on Lake of Fire when they put you in the hot seat. You're gonna be begging for ice water.
Okay, thank you, Mickey. Thank you. Let's get back to the conversation right now. I want to see where we going for this because we have panels of this on here. Uh,
Okay, so let me introduce just us. Just us. Welcome to the panel. And can you provide a question or a statement? I guess.
Yeah, I want the Pan Africanism that was mentioned. With
You broke up.
Marcus Garvey.
I'm sorry. Can you start over? I'm sorry. I meant to mute my mic and I muted yours by mistake. Sorry. Go. Can you start from the beginning, sir? Please.
Oh,
Thank
okay, yeah. I heard the flag was mentioned and Marcus Garvey name was brought up. For a statement, definitely want to say that Marcus Garvey took a wrong turn when it come down to his teaching, which is actually not his teaching, but he got it from. See, most people don't realize Marcus Garvey was pre-taught before he come to America, and they kind of like gave the information to him, not realizing that he learned it from a gentleman from the islands of the Bahamas, from Nassau, Bahamas, named Dr. Robert Love. And the teaching was really about education of the people. It's not about taking somebody on a ship to Africa, which is to me is a scam. And the brother pretty much deserved what happened to him because it's really about educating the mind so we could be toe to toe, eye to eye with anyone in the world, not a particular race. It's anybody in the world. That was the whole purpose of the teaching. Now he did taught the teaching, but he took it in the wrong direction when he tried to claim he could get physical boats and sail somewhere that is imaginary. It's not going to happen, So he kind of halfway did the job, but he definitely messed up by adding a scam to it, which I think is a scam because you're promising something that cannot be delivered. Regardless on what we say happened, nobody was getting on no boat and going to no Africa and making it alive. So he definitely should not have done that.
All right. Well, I will say this as it relates to Marcus Garvey. I remember listening to the audio and also reading the speeches that he would do. And at that time, in America or really the world, um, they haven't seen a confident, outspoken brother who organized several people during that time. That was one of the first of its kind. So I definitely have respect for Marcus Garvey. I hear what you're saying as it relates to the ship. But um, I like the fact that he was unapologetically black, and at that time, it wasn't just about Jamaica. He wanted to basically unite the diaspora.
Okay.
diaspora, and
Okay.
I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer of uniting with the African, our motherland. I'm married to an African, and I'm in the African community, and I feel like we can unite and have an ally in all of
The,
this.
the, the, the thing that was being missed is that Marcus Garvey
hold
did
on,
not.
just us.
Yeah.
We talk about Manosphere. Fuck
O-
Marcus Garvey weak ass
Okay.
shit.
No problem. Okay. We switch it.
Fuck that Marcus Garvey, Pan Africa, United with Africa bullshit.
That's
Let's talk
part of
about
that's part of the
Manosphere.
manosphere, though. What are you talking
We
about,
Uh,
just
bro?
talking
That's
about Manosphere.
part of it. Okay, let's
That's
ask the man.
hard as shit.
Let's
That's
ask the man. Let's ask the
I
man.
switch it. I switch it. Even though Marcus Garvey didn't do right, I switch it.
Is Marcus
So
Garvey and Pan Africanism part of the Manosphere?
no, we're not doing that, Meika.
No, no,
Quit getting out.
no. It, it
Quit
it
getting
it really is not a part of. Y'all asked
What are
about
you
the
oh,
flag in the background. That's where that came from.
yeah. So
But
I
no, but
switch
no,
it.
that's not. It's not part of the
I,
manosphere. No.
I want to make
Okay.
it. I don't want
Now,
that to be his first question. I don't want that to be his first.
no.
Okay. So
I'm finna mute your mic because you finna be muted, sir.
okay. So the terms that you
I'm gonna mute everybody but our guest speaker at this point.
Hold
Thank
on,
you.
hold on, hold
You
on,
get
hold on.
muted,
I'm
everybody
saying something.
get muted,
Be
and let
quiet,
our
be
guest
quiet. I'm
speaker
saying
talk and
something.
let him finish.
Can I speak?
No, go ahead, brother. Talk. We going through the definition
So
still.
as, as it relates to the definition, so I just got through reading. Craig actually asked me about brat, so I
Right.
was you know communicating about what that is. All right,
Mm.
so let's go ahead and finish the rest of the definitions real quick.
Get
Pookie and Ray Ray.
Thank you. This is one.
Pookie and Ray Ray, and this is a controversy thing. Pookie and Ray Ray it's a lot to the Pookie and Ray Ray that we haven't really discussed in the Manosphere,
Mm,
but I'm gonna give the definitions that
mm,
that we had that most people understand.
mm,
Is men who are associated as being irresponsible, live off women, do
mm,
not have their own, don't have their stuff together. However,
mm,
often associated with sexual prowess
mm,
and an animalistic element that is attractive to the opposite sex,
mm,
sometimes associated with a lack of drive and irrational and illogical crimes.
mm,
And here's the thing:
mm,
is you know it's a lot to it, because we know what is going on in the black community as far as economics.
mm,
I don't necessarily want to get in that, but the manosphere is basically saying to the communicating to the women
mm,
is our women on the macro level, not in the individual. Our women go for the Pookie and Ray Rays in their
mm,
prime years, but want to settle down with um, the educated lane.
mm,
Which that's a whole nother thing. I really want to take off that lane part, but they want to settle down with the other brothers more. Say stable brothers later on. Um, it's and this is what tell people, in the manosphere, or communicate with people in the manosphere,
mm,
and I get a lot of pushback from brothers and I say, why not learn some things from Pookie?
mm,
Why not learn to get your sex game right? Why not learn to get
mm,
that edge? Whether it's learning how, self defense, you know that that element of we're just gonna say protection, right?
Right.
Um,
Can I just interject just one time? Right. I
so
feel like the Pookie and Ray Rays are the misguided warriors.
you know what? Yes, that I'm glad you hit on that, and that's the other thing too. Um, it Going back to what I said earlier. Everyone has their roles, and my thing is, and this is a personal viewpoint. This is not necessarily the Manosphere's point of view.
Mm,
But if certain individuals look to see what's going on in our community, and we just gonna say get some backing for a result of deleting people like Zimmerman, it would be a benefit for the community. You
mm,
know, because if you enjoy, we're just gonna say shooting. If you enjoy, and I enjoy shooting. I went to the range the other day, but if you enjoy,
I have never shot a gun in my whole life. Can you
mm,
believe that?
it's a wonderful thing. It's a stress reliever. That's for sure.
But I'll bust a motherfucker over the head with some crack they skull. I sure will.
Understood.
But
But my point, I don't want to spend too much time on it,
mm,
but I do believe that um, the Pookie and Ray Ray, certain elements, yes, are the warrior class, and they could be utilized for what they're doing already. Well, some
mm,
of them are doing already.
Hold on. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
No, no,
Oh,
no, no, no. You cannot ask the question.
I say so. The Pukas and Ray Rays are really stupid ass niggas, right?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
And
some
so
of them are.
they're good
Some
for
of them are.
warrior.
Some of them are not. You know what I'm saying?
They're really good for warrior shit. They're not good for intellectual shit. I get you. I get you.
So I mean, in all these terms derived from women not allowing a male masculine figure inside the household.
Say it again.
These terms that you're using derives from the unbalance of the masculine and feminine energy, which is 80% of a household led by women.
No,
No, no.
not what he
So
said.
right,
I'm
so
sorry.
wait, so you're telling me that if you had a balance of the brain, these terms would still exist.
These terms exist. I
But
went
man, I'm
over the
talking here.
yin and the yang.
Oh, let him answer it, nigga.
Oh,
Let
I'm
him
sorry. Go
answer it.
ahead. Go ahead, brother.
So, so okay. So the the manosphere. Okay. So if you, I think I see the gist of your question. But the manosphere is, in as a whole, as this body of work, is a result of men having their experiences and comparing their notes. So on when you go further in terms of the definitions, these are definitions that have emerged through those comparing of notes. And with men, we're solution oriented. So we need to, whatever situation we're dealing with, we want to come up with solutions. So along those same lines, that is the reason for the definitions.
I understand that, but I'm telling you that the reason why the condition exists, not the
Mhm,
definition, the actual condition is
mhm.
because it's not a balanced brain, a balanced life of a child growing up to create the conditions for the definition to exist.
Uh, uh, so,
Yes, it's
so to
to
answer,
create a
so
balance.
in that
Create a
mind frame, yes, because there's been an imbalance in terms
Thank you.
of
That's
you know.
that's why 80% of
Oh, hold on,
households
hold on,
are
hold on. I
single
wasn't finished.
women.
Hold on, I wasn't finished. So there's has been an imbalance with in terms of women speaking out on the macro level for years, up into men have decided to, we have experiences too, so we're going to speak out about it. So essentially, yes, to answer your question.
Well, we only have experience because of the 80%, because of the legs being open without accountability, because of the
What?
courthouse allows the women to have more control of the situation. Now, it's a lot of things where definitely accountability lies more sternly on the female. She can make sure that the child has the father in their life, or if the father dies, she can make sure a male is around, that's a family member or coach. So a lot of things could be done to fight against the imbalance. It's just that the court gives them more power. Is why I'm saying the court be lies more on them. Now let's say the role was reversed, where the court gives the man more power to have the child, then the accountability will be on the man. But at this moment, that's not the case.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop you there. I got to interject. First of all, okay, whenever anyone lay down together, whether it is verbal, physical, whatever, as soon as he put his penis inside a woman, there is a contract.
But wait, hold on right quick, Mika. What if? Because Ratchet and me
No,
had
ain't
this
no
talk
what
before.
if.
Hold on,
Once
hold on,
you
hold on, hold on,
decide
hold on, hold on,
that
hold on,
you
hold on,
put your penis
hold on,
inside a woman, there is a contract.
hold on, hold
Especially,
on.
hold on, especially if you put your penis inside a woman without a condom on.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna say this
And
right.
then you talking about you think your pull out game strong? You think
Mhm.
no, because this goes both ways.
It's
I ain't
all
putting
having
on
sex.
for nothing.
Hold
It's
on
Because
right quick.
all having unprotected sex.
if both
Uh,
people
go
decide
ahead.
to have
Hey,
unprotected sex,
y'all find a
both
contract.
people are responsible.
So
Hold on right
okay, so
quick.
let me
Hold on right
respond
quick.
to that.
hold on, real quick. I'm
Hold
gonna
on,
say
Craig
this.
to talk.
That's
Y'all
why
cool down.
men need to practice discretion.
Yeah, y'all
Women
be
need to
having too
practice
much fun,
discretion.
bro.
This goes both ways.
Hold
So
on,
I'm
Craig.
gonna say this.
Trying to put a notch on your belt.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. First of all,
You gotta pipe down, Mika. Pipe down. You
No,
hold
gotta
because I
do.
got
You
this
gotta do.
whoever just us.
on, real
No,
quick.
no, you know, Craig is finna talk. He got to ask something. Like,
Hold on,
come
real
I
on.
quick.
don't care at this moment, but I will give
I
you the
know you
floor, Craig.
don't
I'm
care.
gonna mute my mic because I just got riled up.
I mean, calm down. Y'all always want to fight somebody.
No,
No,
I don't.
this is
Sometimes
the.
when you drink,
This,
you either want
this,
to fight or up.
can
Um,
Craig
Okay,
talk?
up.
Can
so hey,
Craig
check
talk?
this out.
Craig said that
Ho-
I have some type of. Okay, never mind.
Hold on, check this out. First of all, I want to give a shout out, and I want to blame Mr. Brown for making people think. You see what I'm saying? But and I want to say this stuff. Okay, so we have to be a little bit more honest about the age we're in. Now, in this age, right, you have some of these ladies that will lay down with a dude, get pregnant intentionally, right, and run off with the baby, and then lie and say to the child that, you never had a father, X, Y, and Z, and stuff like that. And they also put their father, especially if it's a male child, right, in a predicament where he does not have any role models that are males. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Y'all seen what just happened to Kurt Franklin?
then what happened to him? Break it down, Chief.
Uh, Make a long story short, his mom he thought that two other people was his dad. Well, another person was dad.
I saw
And then
that. You
then
just
he
reminded.
so this was like what 30 years, and then when he brought it to his mom, she she denied it. Then he got another DNA test, and she started breaking down and still didn't take accountability for basically having a Kurt Franklin think that this other man was the father and basically abandoned him, and he gave grief to that man, so he went to the grave thinking that Kurt Franklin had animosity towards him, you know and now he just now finding out who his biological father is, and so they just now reconnecting. And not only that, his mother's his aunt, which is his mother's sister, was she took me to be a hyena because she was not basically not only not taking accountability. I can understand being loyal to your sister, but with that whole situation, it was just messed up. Mika, you said you saw it, so you know what I'm talking about. So, but the manosphere, by having DNA tests at birth, will prevent all that.
Yeah, they would. And a lot of ladies are upset about that. And they're pretty much in a lot of ways saying that that's unfair to them. They're saying, yo, you don't trust us as women. They're trying to pretty much make a divide, and they have a problem with it, right? And a lot of men are just saying, you know what? If you have been faithful to me, if you've been loyal to me, and if you ain't lying to me, there shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And there's been a problem right now. There's been a lot of backlashes. A friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? His girl did not want to take a DNA test for the hell of it, right? At all, right? Took a DNA test while the baby was still in the womb. Child was not his. You see what I'm saying? And it pretty much in a lot of ways saved him a lot of heartache and stuff like that, because he said, man, goddamn, bro, I could have been in this mix right here, bro, and I could have been raising a child thinking it's mine. Then I found out later on, dude was real animated. He said, I found out later on the boy's not even mine. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
that's scary. That's
And,
hey,
and most children, hello, Craig. And most children, when they find out that ain't their real daddy, the dad living, they forget about the father that raised them, and they want to know about the father that didn't raise them, and they
yep,
forget about. They leave about it in the cold. So it's a
yep,
problem all the way around the table.
yeah, yep,
Hmm.
So
yep,
wait, so I want to address something when I mentioned that as far as getting pregnant, there's roughly about 27% of men impregnating these women that we spoke about earlier, okay? Because the good men which are married and those who are single, which is what, like 50%, and but roughly but 22% are married, they're not impregnating these women. It's the low percentage that's pregnant these women. So the issue is that why these women are choosing these Pookie Ray to get pregnant for.
Well, I will,
So
and Mika, you can make and speak on this, but from what we've seen is because they perceive those men to have the protection and masculinity, and they drop the demon D.
but accountability need to be there for the woman for making the right choice. Because the Pookie Ray don't care about making the right choice. That's the point I'm
It's true.
making.
It's true, but I agree. I agree. But I must, at least this is my viewpoint. There's an animalistic element that I believe a lot of us in the manosphere are missing out on.
I I
Is
want
that
I want to also talk about that too, Mr. Brown, because honestly, I know what you're talking about, right? See that right there, that animalistic drive you're speaking on, right? Now, check it out, right? My three brothers were Pookie and Ray Rays. They lived off women, they beat on women, they took money from women, and they fought women and went back and sleep with a woman. It's all good, right? Now,
Mhm.
I had to look at what it was that they were doing. You see what I'm saying? I mean,
Mhm.
like, they did some savage things to a lot of ladies, right? But the thing that set it off the most was the fact that the woman felt compelled to be nurturing to that man at the end of the day. No matter how abusive, no matter how spontaneous, no matter how unpredictable, she felt compelled to be nurturing. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Now, mind you, a lot of people, especially in the manosphere, can learn from the Pookie and Ray Ray. I'm not saying take on his irresponsible ways. I'm not saying
Right.
take his belligerent abuse uh pattern towards women. I'm saying at the end of the day, right, take on the fact that understand that the Pookie will show that woman and the Rayway will show that woman that he needs that woman nurturingly. You see what I'm saying? He needs that woman's nurturing nature in order to get them to pretty much in a lot of ways be compelled to them. Like, for example, I was talking with a mysterious man named Pandering Paul. You see what I'm saying? Now this individual Pandering Paul, we was talking about dick cheese and goose grease, right? And I told Paul, right? Of course, a lot of ladies will speak about that, the nasty hygiene of men, right? But the only time these ladies will get to see all of that, first of all, they mess with dirty dudes, and secondly, they mess with dirty dudes consistently. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So they're accepting, they're accepting of that dick grease and gooch grease. You see what I'm saying? Which is kind of awkward. And a lot of men will be like, well, why would this woman keep messing with this dude? Well, my boy, just to be honest with you, throwing his dirty ass is throwing it down in a box. And not only that, she still feel compelled to deal with him, even though he's
But,
dirty. That says a lot.
but she messing with them because 80% of households is raised by single women. And a single mother is a danger to a child without a father or a male figure involved. It's a danger. Now, I'm not saying that women out there saying, let me screw my children over. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that she cannot do it by herself, even though she thinks she can, for the child to have a balanced mind. The
But
child
see,
would not be balanced properly with a woman only doing it.
but see,
There's statistics shows if there's a two parents household, that child's better off in society, or a father raised that child, that child's better off society versus just only a single mother. So we
check.
have to go back to the essence of why these terminology are being created, why these situations are being created. It's because of this single household of mother of 80%.
All right. So let me ask you this: Do you think that these definitions are not needed?
What I'm thinking is that we are overlooking why the definition came about. And we acting as if the definition pop out of thin air. And because we're acting like it's popping out of thin air and don't go to the essence, we also perpetuation the foolishness. So we say to ourselves, Why the definition come about? Let's get back to the essence. Let's get back to the basic, which meaning having a balanced household. Then the definition disappears.
All right, so I definitely, um, so the Manosphere has spent a lot of time on the whys, the origins of it. Um, but it's time. But one of the critiques of the Manosphere is that we focus on too much on the problem and the origin, but not enough solutions.
That is a solution. If you understand the actual essence of it, meaning that the court is set up where the woman take control of the child. That's right there. We know that's a problem because the woman gonna feel like she has power to do whatever she want to do with the child, and the man has no power. We know right there it's going to create definitions. Also, females are dealing with the pookie rays versus
Pause. I gotta
accountability.
pause you, sir. I gotta pause you, sir. I
Well,
gotta pause you, sir, because you're talking about divine masculinity allowing females to take over a child.
it's
Ain't
not
no real man
not
gonna let
divine.
no woman, ain't no real man gonna let no woman take over his seed. Period.
Okay, so again, when the feminists started right after the 50s, these men we're talking about are not divine masculinity. These are more feminine men, if anything. So you're not talking about no real man, like you just stated. You're correct, they're not real men. These are men that are more soft driven and being pushed over. And on top of that, the court is also given by law the woman the power to have domain over that child. So even by law, he will get
That's
in trouble if he tries something.
that's BS because
What?
if a man, I'm just letting you know, like if a man want his child, he gonna do what it takes to get
No,
his
he's
child.
not. No, he's not.
Huh?
It's gonna be eventually a breaking point when you can't do nothing about it
If
because
you
a
could
woman
break
can.
from a woman, then you weak.
Hold on, a woman can move out of town and you have no interest in your child no more. And you'll be stuck with the regret as a man that you needed your child. She can do
That's
that. That's
because you weak and you're a
easy.
coward and you
Even
didn't want to get your
restraining order.
child.
Yeah, a
Cause a
woman can
man
get a
got the same
restraining
exact
order
right
on
as
you.
a woman to his child.
A woman can get a restraining order on you. So what you telling him to break the law to see his child so he can go to jail
No,
for the
but
rest of his life?
they'll have somebody. They if a woman gets a restraining order on her man, her baby daddy or whatever, which I don't promote women leaving men and men leaving women once they have a child. You know, at least in a co-parenting arena. However, if a woman gets a restraining order over a man, they can designate someone to exchange the child. But here's the thing: men work so much and they do so much that they don't really have time to raise a child because they're trying to provide for themselves. They're trying to
What?
provide, huh?
What?
What? I said men work so much they don't have the time to provide for a child. I'm not saying financially. I'm saying they don't have the time to nurture a child. Let me put it like that. Men work so much they don't have the time to nurture a child.
No, no, no. Men will put in work to see his child, and a woman will make sure he don't see his
Thank
child.
you.
A woman cannot make sure a man don't see
Yeah.
his child. If that's his child, he gonna put in the same work the woman did by
Hold
going
on,
down to the
hold on,
courts, like she went down to the courts. You gotta
I
go
That's
down
what
to
I
the
told
courts.
me too.
hold on, Mika. Hold on,
She
Mika.
put in the work. She
But
put in the
Mika,
work to
hold
go
on,
to the
hold on.
courts. You
You're a
need to put
woman,
in the
so you
work to
don't
go to
get
the
it.
courts.
Hold on, right quick, Mika. I'm gonna say this
I
right.
gets it.
No,
Let me
you
tell you,
don't.
I never filed child support on none of my
You are not
kids'
a
Yes,
fathers,
you
man.
and
know.
I have three
Yes,
kids'
you.
fathers, and
You.
I never filed child support on
Okay,
none of
You
them because I
hey,
never pressed none of them to
And
take care of
you
their
know, baby,
responsibility.
hey,
you the perfect woman. You is
hey,
the righteous woman. You is the absolute truth. Ain't
Shut
nothing
the
wrong
F
with you.
up! Don't make me start banging on you
You
again.
the absolute truth. You is perfect.
hey,
I'm
God
not
took you
perfect,
down.
but the
God took
men
you
that I
down.
know, that's in their children's lives,
Don't put
they
you down
ain't
with
stopping
these
for
animals.
nothing to get their kids.
Hey,
They made for every court date. They even
I
filed
baby,
child support on themselves
hold
just
on.
to prevent the
I put
BS.
cash
And if
in
you
nobody's
file
head.
child support on yourself, if you file child support on
Uh,
yourself, and this is some free game for men that have
no,
illegitimate children.
But
If you file
you
child
fucking
support
up
on
with it.
yourself, you'll
You talking
win.
to me
You will
though.
win.
Talking to me, especially me, who did all these things. So that shit don't work sometimes.
Man, that
Just
shit works.
it depends on the venomous of the
Well,
woman.
sometimes men they have a hyena. You know, they get with a hyena, and all bets are off as it relates to that.
Man, fuck that
Most
child.
of
I
the time,
that's
Just
what
as
you got to say. Fuck that
accountable
child.
for sleeping with a hyena. You're just as accountable for sleeping with a hyena
That's
no,
Now
because
that's
fine.
no,
true.
no,
That's true.
you did not
That is true.
separate your
wait.
wheat from tares.
I'm saying that
Mr.
she's a
Brian,
chameleon. I'm saying
Mr.
she's a chameleon, not a hyena.
okay, hold on, hold on.
Mr. Brian, if you grow up underneath
Like I
that
said,
80%
you busted that
of a
nut in
woman
a hyena
controlling the whole soul,
on your
you don't know no better as a
accountability.
man
Hold up. I want to
How
say
you
this.
don't know no better? When men are
because
the
you
ones
haven't
that
grown
really
up. Let
sleeping
me tell
with
you how you
younger
know no
women.
better. If a woman grows up a male child, he would not know no better on how to be a male because no male was there to teach him.
Okay, so hold on. Let me right quick. Hold on, right
Brian, no man was
hold on.
gonna teach him though.
Hey, Mika, hold on, right quick. Hold on, right quick, Mika. Let me say
Where the
this.
man? Where the man at?
Okay.
Hello, Mika.
Cause my papa taught me. I had a few men teach me. I had
Okay,
a few men
that's
in
the
my life.
person that you, Mika.
So check this out, right?
No.
So
Yeah.
everybody knows Kevin Durant, right? The NBA player right now.
Well,
He's
his crusty, dusty ass.
okay. So Kevin Durant was raised by a single mother. Ratchet and me had this talk a lot of times, right? Now, Kevin Durant, even though he is like what 6'11", you know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a basketball player, one of my favorites. The dude is
KD.
and soft at the end of the day, right? He can't take too much pressure and he doesn't have that drive like most males. Now, he got a lot of his masculine um, tendencies, right? Not from his mother, but from his coaches and other players.
Correct.
Did that in order to get himself strong. A lot of athletes who don't have fathers, right? When they be around other boys and coaches, their coach become that father figure. Those boys become their brothers where they're lacking
Mm-hmm.
where they're lacking that masculinity, they obtain it by being around them, so they get that little competitive edge. But one thing he does not have is that tenacity that a male would put into his son. You see what I'm saying? But check this out, right? I know some single fathers, Mika, and they have a hell of a story when it come down to it. I know one, he has a little girl, right? And it was a hell back and forward fight for him to get custody of his little girl over his baby mama. You see what I'm saying? And maybe if you listen to the men and what they have to say and their struggle, you would have a different opinion. You see what I'm saying? Because it's
Listen,
not.
I don't have no different opinion. Ain't nothing gonna change my mind for the simple fact you guys chose to be with these type of women, and you have to hold accountability for being with that woman.
Oh,
You
Hold on.
did
do you
not
take
weigh your options. Just
accountability?
wait a minute. No,
Hold
hold
on.
on, because you're going to expect a woman who has a deadbeat father to have accountability for choosing a deadbeat father. So you have to hold accountability for choosing that type of woman. So this
Mika,
shit goes both ways, okay? Don't
Mika,
hold me
Mika,
on
you like
because I'm
your
gonna
person.
say what I gotta say. Both partners, once they intertwine with one another, they are both accountable for what happens after that.
Okay, so
Because once a
But
man
that ain't the
once a
argument
man
though.
sticks his penis inside a woman and the woman consents on him to do it and a child be born, they are both equally responsible and
So
they
if
both
they
hold
15,
accountability.
if they 13-year-old both kids, they responsible.
Now, granted, the vast majority of men they date women are young girls
No,
like
no, that's
in
my
their twenties
answer
and,
my
and,
question.
All right, so
and
hey,
30s,
hey,
Answer
y'all,
my
I
and
gotta
they
question.
I
do
gotta
all this
leave.
crap
I really
on
gotta
women
leave within
and
like 10
girls,
minutes.
they manipulate
Hold
her. They
on, hold
like
on.
young girls.
Let
They
Mr.
start dating
Brown.
girls in their 20s,
Hold on,
21.
let Mr. Brown.
Give her
Mika,
a food
Mika,
stamp and she'll come running. You know what
Mika,
I'm saying? So yes,
Mika. Can
it's
you,
a grooming process.
Mika, Mika, can you let Mr. Brown close out? Cause this is his show, right? He
I'm
said
gonna
he
let
got.
it close out, but y'all keep asking me questions. I'm
Ain't
trying to
nobody
get to
asking
the
you
meat
no
and the potatoes
questions.
of this.
Ain't
But Miss
nobody asking you no questions.
Brown, I'm
You
finna
hear the
mute
question.
because just us, I got something for you, brother.
Right.
Let me put my
Bring it.
camera on.
All right, that boy said.
So, all right.
Let me
So,
put my camera on. First
it,
of all,
it's a couple things that we didn't get to, which is educated, lame, select, non-select, jawline, nigga, Chad, simp. You know, I'm just gonna read. You know, simp, a man who jeopardizes his manhoods in the hopes of romance, rewarding a woman when she hasn't earned it. So, and then there's also blue pill shawty. Now, blue pill shawty is something that I um came up with, and that is that most men in the space has dealt with a woman when he was last blue pill before he turned red or purple.
I don't see that
Um,
definition in the definition game.
yes, it's not in
He
there.
said he made it up. He said that's what he came up with.
Well, he should have
That-
said that to me.
He
Well,
said
I
he
if
said,
came up with it.
I said blue pill,
Mika,
well,
cut out, Mika,
non-select,
cut out the
and he
stream.
said the select
Mika,
and
cut out the stream.
non-select.
so the
So
reason I didn't, Mika, the reason I didn't include it is because it hasn't been reality tested from the brothers yet. Even though I have communicated with a lot of brothers, but it hasn't caught fire. So that's why I haven't didn't include it. But what
mhm.
I included is pretty much what, as far as the Manosphere, they're
I,
on agreement for and with.
I'm finna mute the rest of the guests. I'm finna take them out of here because I got questions real quick, and then I'm gonna we
No, he
gonna close
tried to
this out.
close it out, Mika. He
Ratchet,
tried to
you
close
going on mute?
it out.
Because I just want to read these definitions real quick, real fast, so we can get through the definitions because you just mentioned them. Select term created by Ron Willis, a male who is attractive and appealing to the ladies. He does not have to put in much effort for attention. And then you got the
Attractive.
non-select man who is not as attractive and has to consistently work on himself to receive the attraction from the opposite sex. You also mentioned jawline. The jawline nigga is a black man with strong select DNA, considered attractive in the black community. Let me just go through the rest of the definitions. Chad, attractive white guy. Simp, man who jeopardizes his manhood in the hopes of romance, rewarding a woman when she hasn't earned it. Super nigga is a corporate thug, Tupac in the suit, Ghost from Power, Method Man, Woman, Space, or Marco's Times. Okay, so I
Yeah,
think I
yeah,
got
yeah.
through most of the stuff. And you talked about the program. Let's just reiterate the program. And the Manosphere sends structure, direction, instruction, and guidance that will likely lead to the sex of the relationship. You said that.
And Mr. Brown, close out your statement, Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, um,
yeah.
so the bottom line is just I wanted to make sure I communicate that the Manosphere is a body of work, is not a collection of incels, is not a collection of just black pill dudes with real red pill rage. Which yes, they you see them a lot in the group with real prolonged red pill rage, and red pill rage is men who, once they find out the truth about female nature,
Mhm,
they get upset and they lash out. It takes some time to get through. But some men
mhm,
are stuck in that stage, and this is what a lot of people outside of the manosphere
mhm,
would label the whole. They experience them, and they would label the whole manosphere as um black pill, red pill rage type dudes, which just that's not the case. The more accurate description is, again, it's a body of work with a collection of lawyers, you know,
Mika,
relationship coaches.
take down the screen, Mika. Take down the screen, Mika.
Okay, what?
Take down the screen. There you go.
I
Take
was
down.
trying to. I was trying to figure out which layout to put it on. Sorry.
Yeah,
There
so
you
Mr.
go.
it, you
Brown,
know,
can you come back on camera for your closing, please?
hold on one second.
Well, go off of what he said right quick. A lot of individuals would pretty much try to prey on people who do suffer from the blue pill and red pill rage, right? It's discovered everything they knew about women and everything they were taught about women from their parents and people who said this is what you do when you want to court a woman, X, Y, and Z was a lie. You see what I'm saying? And it hurts a lot of egos because how a lot of men were just brainwashed and taught that if you can't take care of a woman, you're not a man, and sacrifice your life for a woman, protect a woman. All that shit was a lie, an elaborate lie.
What?
Hold on, Meika. Hold on. Because I'm gonna tell you this, right? Case in point, you open a door for a woman.
For this one.
You open a door for a woman, you're showing chivalry, and that woman curses you out, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a shock to that man because he was taught by his mother and by other people. And I'm not saying you, because I know you love saying, well, I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying it's a shock to him because at the end of the day, right, a lot of ladies will do that and disrespect a man when that man is trying to show chivalry. You know what I'm saying? This is where it comes to a heel when a lot of women scream, why won't black men help us? Small little things like that. But that's another story. We can talk about that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, it's on the same lines in which, you know, blue pill putting women on a pedestal, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and then when you like you were saying, brother Craig, when a man find out that all of what they've been taught is not really gonna get the responses that they want, they get mad about it, you know, because a blue pill put a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of emotions, a lot of you know, just energy into this woman, only to find out that
She never cared.
the dude who ain't paying attention to her, her panties get wet for her. So
Mm-hmm.
that pisses a lot of that, again, that springboards a lot of men into red pill rage, you
Yep.
know. And I just want to speak on that. But my main thing, I just want to make sure I communicate that again, it's a body of work. There are some women who, some people call them some in the women in the manosphere space, chameleons, opportunists. However, there are some women that understand the cause, like Crimson Cure. I know she triggers a lot of people. Tanika Marie, you know, those are women that's in a space that speak on from the woman's perspective. You know, it's a lot of it's not a one-stop shop thing. It's not a, again, I know I keep saying this, but it's not about incels. It's not about what y'all talking about is black pill mindset.
Black. Let me go back to these definitions because I think I missed the black pill definition. Is Zion?
Hold
No.
on. So, Mika, the show is over with, Mika. We ain't doing
No,
the
it's
definition.
not. It's not over with. And stop
It
trying to
is
rush
over
me
with.
off
He
my
said he had
show.
10
You know
minutes.
what? I'm gonna kick you off of here because
No,
I'm
he said he got
talking
10
to you.
minutes.
I'm talking to this man right here. Now,
He said he got 10 minutes.
when
We
you
said
say he
close
ready
it
to
down.
go, that's when he gonna go. I'm muting you. You finna get kicked off. You finna get kicked out, and
No,
I don't
he
care
said he got to
if you're the
go,
drill
Mika.
sergeant, but
He said he got to
I
go,
gotta do
Mika.
what it is that I do.
Hey, hold on
Let
right
me
quick.
do me.
Right quick, Houston.
Don't do that.
Nigga's a hyena.
Hold on
I'm
right quick.
not no fucking hyena, but
Hold
what
on.
I'm gonna say is this.
Hold on.
Me and the brother was having a conversation, and he kept saying, "Oh, I got 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes," and he's still here. An hour later, 2 hours later.
Okay,
Now
he got
that's
to
Be
true.
end it.
quiet. You be
That's true.
quiet.
He got to
uh,
end it.
Quiet.
hold on,
Let
hold on.
me finish what I gotta say.
Hold on,
You
right
be quiet, Ratchet.
hold,
I
hold on,
got time for you
Hey,
right
Mika,
now.
hold on, real quick, hold on, real quick. I know you like fighting us, Mika, and I know Mr.
No,
Brown is interested.
because I'm still, what I'm still mad at him about, but that's not the case. I'm talking to this brother, and I'm finna kick the rest of y'all off the show so we can finish the
We
show.
gonna end the show, Mika. We gonna end the show, Mika. I'm gonna
Nobody
end the show.
wanted to come
I'm
on
gonna
here
end the show,
and do
Mika.
nothing.
I'm gonna end the show, Mika.
No, I'm still
I'm about
talking.
to end the show. Let him finish.
I'm
We can
trying to
do
let
this
him
another
finish.
time.
All right,
Let him
so
finish.
so so at the beginning we talked about we open with Black Pill.
You
You
get it.
know, so
I'm finna kick
so
him out.
I go over it. You say you want to go over Black Pill again. I'll do that
Yeah.
real quick. So Black Pill, they have a mindset of hopelessness,
Mhm,
and it basically they feel like they will forever be on the bottom type mindset.
mhm,
These are the men who are actually the incels,
mhm,
and they are the ones who will that lead to things like mass shootings, self
mhm,
deletions. Not saying that other men don't deal with that, or that's a whole another story. But as far as the Black Pill, um, that's when you will read people like Elliot Rodger, who basically did a mass shooting in California, and a lot of people associate the Manosphere with these type of individuals. So I just
mhm,
want to make sure I clarify that that
mhm,
is not the Manosphere. That's some
mhm.
bullshit.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, anyway, since Craig wanted me to wind the show down, I want to thank you for coming on. Sorry for the interruptions, you know, but thank you for the enlightenment and letting us know what the deal really was. Um, I have my own perceptions, but I agree with you 99.9%. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's what I'm gonna do. But my final thoughts is that accountability is taken across the board, and everyone need to be accountable for the people they choose to sleep with, and that's all I got to say. Who else? Craig, do you have something to say?
You ain't gonna kick me off, are you?
No, go on. I might let Ratchet back in too, but go.
Okay, so I just want to say this, right? You sure? I just don't want to get kicked off. Take your finger off the trigger, Mika. You know how you get. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I was saying, right? Check it out. Um, a lot of people when they attack the manosphere, right? These are individuals who I call undesirable. These are individuals who try to, in a lot of ways, basically control the factors of men that are successful, because they see a lot of these men in the manosphere are successful. They can take care of a woman. They have a lot of accesses when they come down to finances, people, you know what I'm saying? They have a lot, because in the manosphere it's all about a man evolving to his best potential. You see what I'm saying?
As he should.
But the problem is a lot of women, and Mr. Brown and I spoke about this, Ratchet spoke about this. A lot of women in today's time believe that men are nothing more than tools. And a lot of women feel like that men should just shut the hell up and make them happy and just be a slave at the end.
Hmm.
And a lot of
Yeah.
men that way. A lot of men don't want to take that. And we understand a lot of women have been abused and put in horrible situations by men, but we also understand, because of the lack of accountability on that side with a woman, that woman would try to bring her suffering and pain and trauma to someone who would never bring that to her doorstep. You see?
Hmm.
And that is
Mhm.
not that is not expressed, that is not even looked upon, because no one gives a flying flip about how that man feels. He's only there to protect, serve, and even cater to that woman over his own free will. And this is why the manosphere exists, to show men there is a greater alternative than that. I'm gonna say this
Mhm.
quick, then I'm gonna give it back to Mr. Brown, then Ratchet. But if you notice, when it come down with a lot of men, right, when the men compete with each other, right, a lot of these incels, these
Hmm.
sales, that's what I call them, right? Um, a lot of these simps, and simp to me, it stands for stupid, irrelevant male pawn, SIMP. But at the factor like this, right? You have some dudes who will try to show that they're greater than another man just because they get pussy, right? And they try to use that as a currency to show that they're better, right? I had a friend, he does it with me all the time, right? But he fuck with ugly women, they fat, and not only that, right? The women they're just not attractive whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? He
To you, beauty is in the eye of the beholder,
all
sir.
those wildebeests, and he fucking some.
You, am I a wildebeest?
No, you just
Why
belligerent.
are you making this about you, Meika? Stop it.
Everything about me.
Everything about
And
you. That's
Okay,
like
no, I'm joking. But I agree with you 100%, classic. That goes across the board because women feel the same way in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That's why looks to me when it comes to a man don't mean nothing. Hygiene is important. Hygiene is my number one thing when it comes to
So
men.
you could be with an ugly man.
Yeah, I've been with ugly man. As long as it's
most,
high, I've been with an ugly,
women,
arrogant man because his hygiene was on point.
and most women choose ugly men. They don't choose pretty boys.
No, it's not even really ugly because I'm the one that's judging. So to me, he handsome. If I fuck with him, he handsome. I like his look or whatever. It ain't for another man to understand. You feel what
So
I'm
he ain't
saying?
ugly to
Well,
you.
I do want to say something, and it's true. I've been saying I want to go, but I'm still here. But it's something that I didn't say, and I think it's important for me to say
Mm.
that it's still the majority of men, and y'all, brothers, correct me if I'm wrong. The majority of men are still blue pill. There are, as far as and a lot of men don't even quote unquote. They'll say I don't identify with the manosphere, BS or whatever they say. They dismiss manosphere altogether. But the truth is, all men are going to fall into this archetype, whether they subscribe to it or not.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
yeah.
80% is a single host or a woman.
I just want to make sure I say, it's still a lot of blue pill men compared to red pill or purple pill.
Yeah.
But the manosphere and the red pill and the purple pill are for men who care about gender roles and they want to lead their households. I just want to make sure I say that.
But I would
Uh,
say, I say
that's
these men
good.
care for
So
themselves
red pill,
first.
that's red pill
It ain't
that
just gender
care
roles;
about
they care
gender
for
roles.
themselves.
Hold on, brother. So red pill care about gender roles and want to lead their household. Correct?
Yeah, red and purple. Yes.
Red and purple. Okay. Go ahead, Just Us.
Yeah,
What
so
you
I
saying?
wouldn't say just gender roles. They care for themselves because the majority of the time, because 80% is from a single woman household. Man also watching these Disney World, these movies, fake life stuff, just like women do it as well, looking for this prince to save her. And we want to go and save a princess, right? And we also got more influenced by the female as men, 80%. That's why you say the majority. So now when they grow up and the reality hits, now we can say, you know what? I got to do for self. If you're going to look at gender roles immediately, that's still an issue. The first thing is you look at yourself and you ask yourself, how could you become a better human being? How
Mm-hmm,
could you respect yourself first? You don't look
mm-hmm,
for no gender role first. You look
mm-hmm.
at how you can do
Well,
better for yourself first.
well,
And
yes,
being
of
able to
course, of course, self and self improvement is important.
Mm-hmm.
But to again, to just totally eliminate gender roles that's been working for pretty much thousands of years at this point would be a disservice.
I never say eliminate it. I say the first thing you do is deal with self. I didn't say eliminate gender roles.
He said he agree with you with that because both of y'all said the same thing. Uh,
No. It's a difference,
Okay,
Craig.
let me
Okay, hold on.
interject.
It's not the same thing. Hold on. It's
it,
not the same thing. The difference is this.
that's the
Now
question.
today, society is pushing for men just to automatically do these things, meaning I'm a guy, I'm a pay all the bills, I'm gonna do this, but there's no self-respect there. So what I'm saying is how it used to be thousands of years ago. They used to get initiated through traditions and to self-worth first and then take on gender roles. Society is doing away with self-worth and just only looking at the guy do this and the woman do this, but there's no self-respect in it. You
But
always
Let me pause you right there. Have you ever gave birth to a child?
oh,
Have you ever nurtured a child with your breast? So
No,
what they got to do with
have you
anything?
ever taught a child
Why you
how to
asking that?
crawl or walk? I'm just
all of
That's
me,
asking,
a
have
heavy
you ever taught a
question.
child how to crawl or walk or train a
yeah,
child?
me did that. We breastfeed our children, Mika.
I'm
Of me,
asking you a question
and
because
we
there
was
are stages in
and we
the
was
ages of these children. And so when I ask those questions, because when it comes to gender role, that is the first self
Oh God.
discovery.
You,
They find out that's their first self discovery. When you change a child's pampers, when they start grabbing their anatomy, they trying to figure out who they are.
you
That
talking
is
from
their
a child
first
standpoint,
self
Mika.
discovery. So gender roles are very important
Okay, I'm happy you
because
say that.
yeah,
Then we gotta eliminate this 80% of women household then.
hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Just as I gotta tell you this, right? I'm gonna have to be real with you, and Mr. Brown, I need to have conversations too, right? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be 1,000% real at the end of the day, right? Women that like and respect men are automatically gonna be into their gender roles.
exactly.
Hmm. I
Auto-
agree.
They're gonna self-identify as the gender they were
oh,
born with.
oh,
let them finish, Mika.
What?
hold on, real
Let
quick. Hold
them
on.
finish.
I'm
God
throwing
damn,
it
you
up
killed
you.
the nigga.
Leave
You
me
a
alone.
cut off model.
Oh, Mika drinking. That's why. That's why she can't let no one finish.
Oh man,
You know what, Just Us? Don't make me go in on you
You
because
are
I already
drinking.
had
I
a
see
few things
it.
to say to you, but you better pipe down, sir.
nigga, y'all always what you drinking, Mika?
Yeah, you like
Did you say?
What
What
you
did you
drink?
say, cuz?
What you drinking? What you drinking?
See, she is drinking.
Damn. Okay, all right. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying. But
she can't control herself right now. Uh,
Never above you, never below you, but right beside you.
so anyway, hold up. Getting back to what I was saying, right? Man, that bottle almost gone. Goddamn. But anyway,
Stop playing with me. No, it's not. Stop lying.
yeah, you a drunk. You an alcoholic.
It's almost gone.
You
It's
an
almost gone.
alcoholic.
nigga,
But,
that
but Craig,
almost
Craig,
gone.
what was
Look
you
at
saying,
this.
Craig?
I brought it yesterday.
You
That's
bought
a
it
hot
yesterday.
bottle.
That's almost empty. Damn.
Yeah, she bought it
It's not almost
yesterday.
empty. It's almost full. Y'all better stop playing with me. And me and my husband was going in on it last night.
Oh, she trying to blame the man. No accountability.
We did.
Craig, what
We
were you saying?
we
Were you
went in
finished what you
last
were saying?
night. Me and my husband.
Yeah, right.
You
Damn.
was on the phone with me. Matter of fact, Craig, why you play games?
Hey, let them finish, Mika. Shut your drunk ass up.
So anyway, right.
I'm allowed it one time to be like this on the line. Cause baby, go on,
Well,
talk.
check this out, right? She's automatically going to be in gender rolling assignments, right? Automatically. If she loves you, she cares for you, she respects you, she's going to nurture you at the end of the day, right? But here's the problem with guys, right? You have some men who do not have the capability of bringing that out in that women and the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to give you an example. Like Mr. Brown's program, right? He has women that will be on the program at the end of the day, right?
3
And
women at that. 3
yeah,
women.
yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't mad at him. He not a bad looking man.
And see, check
Stand
this out.
up and give a
Thank
twirl,
you.
Mr. Brown.
Hey,
Oh,
Mika, look,
I
look, back
appreciate it, but no,
again.
I ain't doing that. But I
That mean
appreciate it.
Mika gonna be the fourth.
No, I'm married. What are you talking
Oh,
about,
you
sir?
gonna be
I got
down.
what I need. I'm married.
You ain't legally married, Mika.
I'm legally married. What
Beat
are you
your bike.
talking about, sir?
Mika, beat your bike. You and just us can have a time at another time. We're gonna make that happen.
I'm gonna get on his head now, cause baby, where you come from?
I moderate you and just us.
Y'all already
Come on, Mr. Brown.
So let me say this, right? So you have some men who don't have the capability of making and bringing that out of a woman to where she feels like she needs to do it. I've seen ladies a whole bunch of times at the end of the day say, I'm not gonna wash dishes, I'm not gonna clean, and then lo and behold, when that man come around, when Mr. Charming come around, she doing everything up and above. That shows you at the end of the day, right? That man has the capability of bringing that nurturing spirit out of that woman. Now, a lot of dudes is mad because they never had a woman cook for them, buy them shit on their birthday, and only that, just cater them and worship them as a man. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of women just don't care. They'll do that if they feel super secure with that man. But a lot of guys, and I hate to say it, a lot of blue pill rage don't have that power. They don't. And this is why you see them raging and ramping on the internet looking for any type of little female attention. And that's totally not red pill. But a lot of these,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, will try to compare it and vamp it in one spectrum. But here's the killer part, Mr. Brown. You can stop me if I'm wrong and you can agree with me if you want, right? The killer part is, right, a lot of these ladies never run into real red pill men. They'll
Mhm.
a purple pill, right? I'm purple pill, but they never really run into the red or purple pill men because guess what? A lot of a lot of these men, especially the red pillars, especially if they go deep into the spectrum of red, you see what I'm saying? They don't give hyenas, soft girls, chameleons, brats. They don't give them the time of day whatsoever.
In
Uh,
fact,
a great and mystical minister of music, the one and only Neo motherfucking Love, the actual star seed himself, has said, when you see a man get himself together financially, you will see what type of woman he wants and what type of woman that will be by his side. Because guess what?
mhm.
And that's me. I'm
Now, hold
that type of woman.
up, Mika. I'm not done. Check
Oh,
this. You never see no big bitch in a Hellcat. You'll never see no
wait, what she
man.
say? Hooray,
Hold up.
hooray.
Hold up.
Mika,
Fucking
Mika,
in the
Mika,
Hellcat,
Mika,
Hellcat,
Mika,
Hellcat.
Mika, Mika.
I'm a
You
hooray.
think a man wanna
I ain't
you
no
think
hooray. But
Mika, you think a man want a drunk alcoholic woman?
it depends on the day of the week.
Yeah, okay. Speak
And
that.
this is my husband's early days, so
Mika,
And
um
I'm pretty sure you gonna give him that nightcap. You know what I'm saying?
he's about to get treated.
You
Mika,
got you got to do
y'all.
better than
But
that for your husband.
I 100% agree with you, brother Craig, classic Craig. I 100% agree with you. I agree with Brother Brown to a certain degree. And then just says, I got some heat for you because you're very controversial.
I,
Um,
So
I agree with
so
Mr.
so
Brown.
yeah. So brother
I
Craig,
agree with
you
Mr.
actually
Brown more than I agree with Classic Creed. So yeah, I agree
well,
with Mr. Brown more than I agree with Classic Creed. So
I do want to speak
You got
on
to hit
this,
that gym, Mika, for your
and,
husband.
then I'm a close. So I fall into the category of, even though I don't like the term, I want to change the term because I'm not a lame by no shape, form, or fashion. But I fall under the archetype of educated lame, right? A term that was coined in the manosphere, a while ago. And a lot of quote unquote educated lames, yes, they have the book smarts, and things like that. But guess what? They don't work on their social skills. They don't work on their sexual prowess.
like
And
Pookie,
right. And a lot of quote unquote educated lames, they say, man, I don't need to I don't did all this stuff to get myself in a position financially or career wise and things like that. But they don't want to, they feel like they don't want to work on their social skills,
mhm,
which is how a lot of them are not getting the women that they want. I want to make sure I say that because self improvement really is the thread throughout the whole manosphere.
Let me interject on that because social skills is very important for networking to build yourself. You never know who you're gonna meet. You could meet somebody potentially that could take you to your next level. And I'm a business person. I'm business minded. And
What kind
Craig,
of
no, I'm
business you
not
got?
sexually harassing you since you said I was sexually harassed, but I believe in a lock and key system, male and feminine energy. And I could never be a man. And I raised a son, but I could
Mika,
never teach
Mika,
him how to
you
be
go
a
without
man.
course. You go without course. We talk about relationships.
I'm talking about relationships too.
Oh,
A
you talk
woman
about
can never teach a man
man,
how to be a man.
Let,
She
let,
can teach him, but she can teach him. Craig, I'm putting you on mute because I'm trying to get my closing thoughts, and you over here
Oh,
interrupting.
you gotta close it thought.
Okay, a woman could never teach a man how to be a man, but she could teach him how to treat a woman. You get what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we have to have our gender roles as feminine and masculine energy. The woman is here to nurture. She also provides, but she provides in a different way. And a man is here to provide and protect. And a woman is here to nurture and to instill knowledge. So we gotta think
Close
better.
out, Mika. Can
All right,
Mr. Brown close it out?
I appreciate saying coming on here. The Craigs know I don't do this often. I'm trying to get outside of my comfort zone. So this is not the last time that I'll do a show. I
Yeah.
definitely
And I
100.
want to have you on when the other crowds don't come interrupt, so we can really have a dialogue. Because I'm interested in some of the things that you
Are you a
said.
hermit?
You know what I'm saying? With the purple pill, blue pill, red pill, black pill, the hyenas, the lioness, all of those things. Those are very important things.
Are you a
Uh,
hermit, Mr. Brown?
Say it again.
You a hermit?
Am I humming?
A hermit.
Sometimes,
no,
sometimes.
he got 3 women. He ain't got no
No, I
time to be
mean
no hermit.
with social media. I'm talking about with people and social media and stuff like that.
Uh, so hermit, my understanding is basically I like to be to myself,
Correct.
and yeah,
That's
yes,
what a hermit is.
Correct.
yes. There's a big element to that.
Mhm.
But I also at times I get out. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, yes, a big element to me is a hermit.
Okay.
That means that you're an introvert, extrovert.
Yes,
Introvert.
Okay.
introvert,
Uh,
extrovert. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like I have a whole life right now. Where I got
Wait, how you a H? Maybe when you drink, you're extrovert only.
who? What are you talking about? Justice, I'm finna kick you off my life, cuz. What are you talking about?
No,
He said
you say
drink,
you're
you're
introvert,
extrovert.
extrovert, and I'm
You're
saying when
an
you're drinking, you're only an extrovert.
Yeah. No, I don't want to be on here like that. I do and I don't. Because I want to have my dialogue with Mr. Brown, but then Ratchet is irking my nerves right now. So it's like
How you gonna
I'm in
blame me for
in
you
between.
drinking? You gonna blame me for you drinking? You an
And
alcoholic.
then just us, you saying little slide slick stuff that bothers me, but I know Mr. Brown is on point because he got three, three hitting switches. I was saying
And
like
now I would say with the craze, I know they be on point. I understand that you're irritated, but me knowing them in these spaces,
that.
I would say they do their thing.
Oh
That's for
no,
sure.
Ratchet is on point right now, but he getting on my nerves still. I can say that.
Now I need you to stay focused on the show and
I am
quit
on the show.
interjecting you.
I regurgitated all his talking points, sir. I'm
You
trying to ask a question,
good,
but
though.
you and Classic and this just us person came in and interrupted my.
And that's why we are on the show, because we are
And
panelists.
you redirected the conversation a couple of times.
I
Don't
didn't read that. I want to get back focused.
lie.
All right,
I
so
want to get
I'm
back
out though.
focused.
You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
out,
Y'all hold it down.
and we finna get
You know, I'm
out of
about to
here.
say,
And thank you so
Yeah,
much.
hey, we gonna give you 1 minute, Mr. Brown, for your outro, and we gonna end the show. We gonna
all
end it
right,
with you.
cool, cool.
I ain't gonna say nothing else.
So again, you know, I appreciate for inviting me on the show. The thing is, um, I strongly believe in the Manosphere, you know, being a body of work that it is, and I do not like the fact that people are trying to discredit the Manosphere, to reduce it as is a bunch of incels. You know, that's total bullshit. Um, and the reason I am speaking out and doing the things that I'm doing is because I can provide my expertise in capturing this data, and I hope that y'all support me in my endeavor of doing it. And y'all have been, you know, and I appreciate that. You know, I definitely appreciate those, um, you know, who have supported me. You know, shout out to everybody in the back chats. You know, I know it's not always easy. You know, we have disagreements. You know, but that is a form of reality testing with people from different backgrounds in this space, because you know we all from around the country, and we can you know, get our ideas, get our thoughts out there. So you know, again, I appreciate it.
And thank you so much for joining Mouth Off with Meika, powered by the whole fucking show. And it we out.
But
Show who you are. Good riddance. Is your kid in bid the forbidden? As it was written, you overbidding. With the heathens, karma is a bitch, so how you live?
Nigga, why'd you bring up this source again?
Cast the pearls on hog moms and chitlin. If it's too hot, get your ass out the kitchen.
Just put
Finger
me-
licking good looking. Stewing in the stew, I'm cooking. You psyched out, paranoid and shookin'.